Hello and welcome to Totally Oblivious. I am your host, Caleb Perez. This is a podcast. That's it. How are you guys? You can introduce yourselves.
That was the most impromptu intro ever. Bruh. And our guest today, Andrew Frey.
Andrew Frey is back on the table. Alex and Caleb, nice to have me back here. Thanks for the invite.
No problem, man. I really wanted you back. I want you back
It's
for
been literally
at
like
least 2 episodes. 2 more episodes.
Okay. Hey, say the word. I'm here.
And then Andrew has to go bye-bye for a while.
Bye-bye back to Pullman Town for SKU. That's
SKU.
right. That's right. SKU.
So enjoy him while he lasts. Until next
It's
time.
like, what is he, a fruit that's going to expire?
I'm going to go moldy.
So your bread?
Apparently sooner than later. You know, interesting you talk about bread, and that gets me going here because I don't know what Caleb had on the itinerary, but I just want to tell you this story real quick. So I got in late last night from a Mariner game.
Where's our donuts you promised me?
You promised donuts again?
I'd like to point this out.
I guess I dreamed that I got the donuts.
He did have an early morning.
Okay,
He told me.
we'll give it to him. We'll give it to him.
I'm a tad bit upset. I wanted donuts.
Okay,
I think we all want
ahead,
donuts.
Andrew.
Ken. Anyway, so I got back late last night from a Mariner game,
Mm-hmm.
and last night the Mariners did this special event called South of France Night. Now, the Mariners have a player named Ty France. He's an all-star. He's hitting over 300 at first baseman. He's one of the greatest first basemen in the league, in my opinion. So they had an event to celebrate him called South of France Night, where a couple of sections are reserved for South of France, the ticket special. And when you purchase tickets in the South of France section, upon getting to the ballpark, you can visit a table and you can pick up the South of France merch. Does anybody want to guess what you get for going to South of France
A
Night?
baguette. Right?
You get a shirt and a baguette.
I saw that on your Snapchat. I'm like, why does he have a baguette?
Included with your ticket. And so, yeah, I took a bite out of my baguette and I posted it on my Snapchat story. And the whole game, you have this. It's a real baguette. I mean, it was good too. I mean, it was a pretty solid baguette. And so what you did was, whenever Ty France was up or something good happened, you'd take your baguette and you cheer with it. You just hold it up in the air and wave it around. Yeah, like that. And, the chance that we had going when Ty France was up at the plate, there's this really loud guy behind us that they'd try to start a chant. He'd go, "Wee, wee, 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 wee," like that. And, the whole section got into it. And, it was cool. A couple of times during the game, Ty France heard us because he was playing first base and we're down the first base line. And so whenever he'd come out of the dugout to go take his position, everybody was looking for him, and we'd be like, Ty France, woo, and wave our baguettes, and people had French flags, they'd wave those around, and they had the berets on, and a whole bunch of fake mustaches. They had fat heads of Ty France with the mustache, like a French mustache. It was great. It was fantastic. And so he'd turn around and, tip his cap or whatever, and it was great.
At least he plays with it. At least he's fun with it. That's cool.
Oh yeah, and it was a great time to sit in the South of France section, and to make it better, the Mariners blew the lead late, and then walked it off.
There you go.
So it was a very fun game. And the coolest thing maybe about this game, well, actually after they hit the walk-off, it was a walk-off sac fly. And it was a close play at the plate, but the catcher, who was running from third at the time, he was safe. He was in there, but barely. And so once they won the game, people would take the leftover bits of baguette that they had and just throw them up in the air like it was graduation. And so you had baguettes flying, left and right, up and down. I mean, there's just a ton of bread being thrown in the air.
I'm sure the Seagulls had a great time.
I was just thinking about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, they did. Uh-huh.
We're like, yo, it's daytime, baby.
Today's the day the gods preach.
Yeah, that's right. They were circling. But the coolest thing was you walk back up to the concourse to try to get out of the stadium back to your car or whatever, and there was a resounding "Let's Go Mariners" chant from everybody on the concourse. The fans, even back down in their seats, were getting behind this team, and that's really cool because I've never seen that or heard that at a Mariner game before. But people are amped up about this team, and for good reason. If the season ended today, they'd be going to the playoffs.
And it's
for
been a
the
while
first time in
since,
20 years.
That's awesome.
That's as old as
yeah.
me.
That's right.
All of us.
The last time they were in the playoffs, they were like they had the best record of baseball, right?
Yeah,
All
they
time.
won 116 games in the regular season, which is still a record. And I don't think anybody's on pace to break it this year, although the Yankees were close at one time, but not
they were on
anymore.
pace.
Not anymore.
Fuck the Yankees.
You got that right.
Let's go.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Let's go Mariners.
Thank you.
Let's go Mariners.
Thank you.
I live in a Braves household.
Dude, we're still 2 games behind. That sucks.
I don't.
Still 2 games behind the Mets. Fuck the Mets.
I like the Mets.
Love the Mets. Let's go get a home run.
I love that meme. It's so fucking. I love the Spider-Man version of it.
Spider-Man.
Let's go, baby.
I was
Let's go.
thinking the stupid Yu-Gi-Oh version.
What's the Yu-Gi-Oh version?
I can't remember. Is it Kaiba? He's like,
I thought it was
let's go
Yu-Gi.
Mets. I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's
I just
weird.
know it's
I love memes.
stupid and
Memos. So since we're still on baseball, you want to go ahead and hit your topic or no?
Yeah, so I know Andrew Frey is a big baseball guy.
Oh, I have to ask that
And
question.
one
Okay,
of the
go.
biggest stories that broke over the last couple of weeks, especially with trade deadline coming up. Juan Soto, what's your take on that, man?
When this episode comes out, the trade deadline probably will already have passed because I think it's on August 1st or 2nd.
It comes out on Monday, so
Yeah, I think so. But it's going to be funny if I get this wrong when this comes out. But right now, this is 6 days before the trade deadline. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Really, I don't.
Really?
Yep, I don't think so. Because the Nationals have to fill seats, right? They have to put butts in seats to make money. And when they trade their only recognizable player, they trade him away somewhere else. I mean, this was going to be the franchise player, right? They offered him 15 years, $440 million, and he turned it down.
the most absurd sports contract of all time.
Yeah, that's right.
Of all time?
All time. Patrick Mahomes has a $500 million deal, but it has some intangibles and stuff.
Isn't he like, it's over 10 years too?
So that's over 10 years, but it's not fully guaranteed like a MLB contract.
Right.
Jesus.
And, the Nationals pitching staff, nobody knows anybody. Not even Nats fans know who's going to start day to day. The blow pen in the Nationals, I listened to a podcast called The Tony Kornheiser Show, and he's a Nationals fan. And he was talking about how their closer, Tanner Ramey, he hates Tanner Ramey, gives up 2 runs every time he's out, and Michael King for the Yankees has given up 2 runs all year.
That's
right?
that's how I used to feel about Will Smith beginning of last season when we were kind of bad.
Will Smith?
Yeah,
Actor?
Will Smith.
Will Smith?
The closer.
There's two
Will Smith
Smiths.
or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Okay.
The
There's
T.
Smith.
That's
Okay.
right.
There's
Yeah.
2 of them.
Will Stiff.
And everybody else in the lineup, there's Nelson Cruz, but as Tony Kornheiser put it, the Nationals is made up of Juan Soto and 24 other guys. Like, you don't know anybody else on the team. Josh Bell's been good. He's hitting over 300, but he's going to go to another team. He's going to get dealt. But I don't think Soto will go anywhere. I think the Nationals probably will offer him more money at some point in the near future. That's what I think.
That's ridiculous. More money is ridiculous.
Yeah, more money. But
More money?
this guy is a generational talent.
He's 23 years old. He's going to sign the biggest contract in sports history at that age.
What if he flops? You didn't answer my question.
that's
You think he has the potential to flop like Robinson Cano?
I think he might. He could. I don't think
like
he
a
will.
28-year-old batter though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At the age 20. At the age 20.
He's 23 right now. They offered him 15 years, so he's
38.
38. He'd probably be in a decline for a few years by the time that contract expires. But no, this guy has a lot of talent, a lot of pop. He's a great hitter. He's a generational hitter, I think.
And a premier outfielder.
Is he? I thought his defense sucked.
Well, really?
Yeah.
See, most people go, oh,
The
Ronald.
pause killed me.
Most people go
sucks.
like Ronald Acuna. He's not an a good outfielder, and they always say Soto's better, and it's like Soto has a better bat. I'll tell you that, sure, but he doesn't have nearly as much power as Ronald. I mean, don't let the home run derby scare you into thinking that Soto is a home run hitter. Julio hit 90, close to 90, 81 home runs. I still think the home run derby rules are kind of a little shaky, but it's fun. It's a fun night.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun. And to see Julio, who we've gotten to see all year, well, I guess I've gotten to see because none of you all are really keep up with the Mariners too much.
I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Go and keep up with myself half the time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You good, dog? Do you need a pat on the back?
Maybe
Aw.
sometimes.
No, loser. I'm not giving you one.
But to see
That's fun.
Julio all year and to get no national attention because he's on the Mariners, and Seattle is a media black hole unless your name's Russell Wilson. See,
not anymore.
yeah, not anymore. But to see Julio on the national stage competing with the big dogs, I don't think anybody expected that out of a 21-year-old rookie who's I think 6'4", 6'5", center fielder, one of the fastest guys in the league.
Absolute monster.
Got some pop. He's got 17 home runs to this point. Leads the team. And to put on a show like he did at 21 years old, I mean, come on the national stage, people now know this kid is here to stay, and he is going to be very good for many years to come. And he homered last night. We got to see him hit a leadoff home run in person, which was great.
That's bitching.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was cool.
Sports talk.
Yeah, my take on Soto really is that you're gonna have to offer him more money for him to stay, but he's already won his chip with that World Series team that got rid of Bryce Harper the year before. So my thing is who's gonna get him? Who wants to trade all their assets away, pretty much their entire farm league for Soto? What I've been messing around is Juan Soto to the Minnesota Twins, and I have no idea why I've been saying that, but I've just been saying it. But I do feel like the Dodgers are a strong candidate, the Yankees are a strong candidate, and the Braves keep on coming up in trade talks like Shohei Ohtani. You see that
Right.
report?
I've seen that.
That was kind of ridiculous when I saw that one. But Soto, with Adam Duvall out, Alex Anthopoulos might make a move and get Soto for the Braves.
You might. I've seen the Braves. I've seen the Mets. I've seen the Mariners.
I saw the Mariners
Padres, the Dodgers. I'd say the
Mariners is
Yankees.
promising.
Yeah, and he would make sense for the Mariners lineup, but they got to give up an arm and a leg and a kidney and a heart and a lung and some
the entire city of
teeth.
Seattle.
Their entire body.
Yeah, pretty much. They've got to give up too much. I think they got to give up their number one prospect, some big league arms, some big league talent. I don't think it's
What you're describing to me is I'm not a sports guy, but that's like a very unrealistic deal for one guy. I'm gonna be kind of
Put
like,
it in terms to you. So, what would you trade for LeBron James 8 years ago?
what was he 8 years
8 years
ago?
ago, he was 30 years old or some shit.
What team was he on?
He was on the Miami Heat.
Yeah, it was a Heat.
So if it was his Heat days, I'd trade a whole fucking team for him, dude. Honestly,
Yeah, it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same discussion we're kind of having here, or maybe even like a LeBron at like 28.
I don't know. Not a younger LeBron. I feel like he kind of those Miami days. That that iconic picture.
That
with
whole
him and
team was
Dwayne?
cracked out.
Yeah. So I trade a very large percentage of a team or a potential team and a large sum of money for a Miami Heat. James, I'd do the same with even the Cavaliers.
Before
LeBron.
Miami or after Miami?
After Miami,
Okay.
I guess this makes sense. He is a Rams fan.
I guess.
a Stafford fan, right?
Stafford.
Stafford fan.
I like
I
Stafford.
apologize.
I'm a player guy. My dad might not like LeBron, but I do. I think he's cool, and he's pretty good in multiverses. If we're gonna bring that up, LeBron frame data. That's a thing now.
LeBron.
I was playing that last night. It's a fun game.
Apparently, it might be a contender to beat Smash Bros. I've been
I
hearing
don't know
about
about
this.
that.
We can talk about that. in
You
a
want
bit.
to?
Did you have anything that you wanted to say, Alex? Any topics?
Well, on my Twitter feed today, apparently, I woke up. I always check my Twitter to see what my farming likes goes at the end of the night goes, so I can wake up and get the dopamine rush. I was like, hooray, a like. But it's been a while since Twitter's recommended me like a news article, and it was on the top of it, and it was like, news for you. And I was like, GTA 6. This is confirmed, by the way. This is the thing. GTA 6 will have a female pro tag, the first one ever. And I'm like, okay.
It's lucky kind of cool.
She's going to be a Latina, and I think they're inspiring her character off of, what are the criminals' names? Bonnie and Clyde. That's going to be her stuff.
Oh,
So I was like, well, that's a thing now, I guess. But I guess the conversation me and Colton had last podcast, there's a lot of weights. If we're going to bring on the LeBron James take to this, GTA 6 has a legacy to uphold.
Mm-hmm.
And starting female characters now. Starting it.
Rockstar's a part of Activision, right?
Fuck, I don't
No.
know. Don't ask
No.
me.
They're Take-Two.
Oh, that's right.
Take-Two. I think Take-Two is also, they're kind of getting on the sale pretty soon. They're almost on the sale block. I don't know who wants to buy them or anything, but Take-Two has obviously 2K.
Fuck it, Sony.
Those entire things. No, Sony doesn't have that fuck you money that Microsoft does.
That is true.
You know, that would be a pretty good fucking deal for fucking the Nationals. Trade for fucking Microsoft.
That was a good one.
I mean, the Mariners. If you really fucking want him, Bill Gates. Here you go.
Bill Gates.
I bet Bill Gates really wants to bring Juan Soto to Seattle. That probably fits his business agenda really well.
Does he still? What's his position at the company? Does he still lead it or no?
I don't think he's no
don't
longer
think so.
part of it.
I
He's
don't
just
know.
I think he's a board member or something.
To be dude, I could never do that. My ego would be too
It's
big.
so weird. This is kind of off topic, but it's so weird when CEOs of a company just are like, "My company I built
From the ground up, my child. Deuces.
Somebody else take over." Like people in politics stay in the office longer than
CEOs.
CEOs take over their company.
Well,
it's crazy.
Well, with politicians. Oh, so this is another thing too. I learned on my Twitter timeline. It's the 114th birthday of the FBI, and what I found very
Happy
funny
birthday,
was,
Fabi.
yeah. Then what I found is like we're stopping domestic terrorism and all this, and then I proceeded to look into the comments.
No.
And it's a whole bunch of Reagan haters. And I'm like, dog, no, please. I started giggling. I'm like, man, you don't even the FBI is safe from a ratio. I was dying.
Not even the FBI safe from a ratio.
I'm like, dude, come
Oh,
on.
man.
That too. That's about it. My Twitter's just been filled with jokes the past couple days. A lot of gimmick accounts have been showing up as of late
That is true.
on the algorithm.
Gimmick, I guess.
Yes.
So basically, there's a
So this
wave
actually,
of cartoons.
this actually fits into my mini topic. I guess I'll let you lead into it with this.
So basically, Twitter's algorithm has been pushing, at least within the anime community, I guess, a lot of how would you say, like a lot of cartoon ending in intros. That also includes anime ending in intros. Just a lot of music related things have just been appearing on the timeline as of late, and it's just like, whoa, why is there? Like, don't get me wrong, like, nah, that's a banger OP or ending. I'm like, this goes hard. I've known this has been on my timeline for years. It shows up at least every month, maybe even week, depending on the song. And I'm like, I get this, but it was really weird. It's still happening as of right now. This recording, that was another thing I woke up to. It was like, I think it was Rock the Dragon DBZ, and I was like, nice. I always love those
Have
gimmicks.
you noticed the like OnlyFans models like pushing?
Oh,
anime
that
and stuff,
too. They put anime. They figured out
They figured out keywords.
Yeah, they figured out keywords. It's anime and gamer. And they'll just start showing up on this. Dude, this guy giggling, bro.
They just put anime and gamer and it just pops up in your timeline, bro.
I'm like, dude, what?
Especially if you're like really deep into like esports community and you're like, because like me, I follow all the Rainbow Six guys. I just get pushed that content all the fucking time.
You're just getting boobies
And then
in front of
because
you.
of you, because like anime stuff, because like I always see Based and you know Caleb's comments on Twitter. That's so just boom.
So you got the brunt of it. You saw all of it then.
Yeah,
It's
just
so weird.
That's just so annoying because it's like, bro, I don't care.
I don't care. I
don't
can
care
look
about-
up. I can go to Google and look up boob and get
I
1
can- I can
billion
go to-
search
I can go to Reddit
results
right now.
Look up
Or Reddit.
boobies.
Yeah, I don't know why I need to see it on Twitter.
Oh no, I forgot safe search. No,
My mom knows now.
my mom knows.
It's wild. Twitter has been weird this
Very
week.
descriptive,
The
Caleb.
family computer. No.
Family computer.
Limeware. I love jokes about the. Do you know what Limeware is or no?
Can't say that I do.
Oh, so there's a joke where I guess what's the service when Metallica sued them? Do you remember or no?
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
What, LimeWire? I thought there was another one. I thought it was a cat.
Napster.
Napster. So the joke is when people went to download music through MP3s when they were big, sometimes they would download it thinking it was like a song, but it was actually like a malware, and they corrupt the family PC.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the
That's
the
fun.
internet joke.
That's funny. Okay. I get that.
I have a few more personal topics, but I got really nothing else today. Today's been unless you want me to go off of that.
Well,
guess
I had a little topic I wanted to cover since we kind of covered a little bit of it already.
Mhm.
So I was playing Multiverses the other day, and Fry, do you know what Multiverses is?
I've heard of it. Can't say I'm too familiar with it, though.
So it's pretty much all Warner Brothers properties,
Oh.
and it's like a Smash Brothers style
Oh.
fighting game.
Yeah, that's
it's really
kind
good.
of fun.
You can have Batman fighting Shaggy, fighting Tom and Jerry, fighting
James.
LeBron
LeBron
James.
James. Now he just got added today,
2 days ago.
2 days,
2 days ago.
Wow.
And he's
Yeah.
pretty good. Everybody's broken in that game.
LeBron James,
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant is broken.
No kidding.
And there's what's the girl's name from Game of Thrones?
Oh, I can't remember.
Targaryen.
Someone with an A.
Daenerys.
Something Stark.
Stark,
Oh. Ned Stark?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the
Jon Snow?
No, he's not yet.
Yet.
With
Yeah.
They're gonna be adding a lot of characters over the next couple years.
The rumor that I heard was like Harry Potter is going to be the next release.
It's gonna be
that'd
Rick and
cool.
Morty, and then probably Harry
Bro,
Potter.
I want to
Jon
main
Snow.
Rick.
I'm a
Rick
Tom
main.
and Jerry main myself.
Rick and Morty or just Rick?
Why not Morty?
I think it's separate. I think they're separate characters.
Now, is there a story to this game?
No,
or is
it's
it
just
straight up.
It's just
You're
fighting.
just smacking each other.
Does it have good
around.
netcode? I can't even remember.
It's pretty good. My internet
So-
kind of sucks, so I don't really get.
So Andrew, how was it
good
good for
end.
you then?
I had one. I think I played like 10 games yesterday. It was my first day on, so I was just trying to grind it out to get LeBron real quick.
Wait,
I
can
had-
you earn the characters through PvP?
Yeah.
Really? Holy shit! Warner Brothers is better than Activision. Holy shit!
Yeah. You could also buy them
Well,
straight
yeah.
up, like in the premium pack or their exclusive.
But
pack,
that's a cool idea though. Like you get like a base set and you can earn like the characters you want.
Mhm.
That's a
They
pretty
have
cool idea.
seasonal free characters, so I think
Seasonal
It
free
started
characters.
off with Shaggy, Harley Quinn.
no,
No, yeah, it was Harley Quinn.
I don't have it unlocked.
Well,
right
then look who's stupid because I got to play her when it first came out.
now. Oh no, shit, really?
Yeah, she's free. She was one of the free characters. It was
I thought it was
Shaggy,
Superman,
Harley
Wonder
Quinn.
Woman.
No,
Finn.
no.
Finn the dog?
Yeah.
Finn the human,
Finn the
Jake
human.
the dog.
Jake
Oh, whatever.
Jake
Finn
from
the
State
human.
Farm. You mean?
Dude, I would play. Oh wait, is it
Brain dog.
after becoming black or before coming black?
You know,
Which
I'm
one?
not sure. I just know it's the dog.
What?
Jake from State Farm. Is it the old commercial or the new commercial? I want the old one.
Oh, Jake does have two ethnicities now.
Yeah.
I forgot there used to be the.
You got
Two
DC.
Jakes.
There's two Jakes.
Two Jakes.
Yeah.
Is it two Jakes? Or is it?
It's two
Oh,
Jakes.
there's
Is
two
it canonically two Jakes?
There is
Yeah.
actually
Oh,
canonically
okay.
two
Oh.
Jakes.
It's two
Huh.
Jakes. There's two Jakes from State Farm.
Oh my god! I'm relearning State Farm. State Farm lore.
So
Farm
That's the
lore.
thing I didn't say.
anyways,
Farm lore,
going
what the
off
fuck?
from
That's like
the
LeBron James frame data. Why?
Good, bro.
Why is that a sentence?
I didn't. I thought they switched. Were they in a commercial together?
Yeah, that was his first.
Yeah,
Super
it was
Bowl
like
ad.
the passing of the torch.
Oh, that's right.
Give him like
for-
khakis, right? Or the
He-
shirt.
like he answered the phone, and then it was him, and he was like khakis, and then he looks at the other Jake from State Farm, and he's like khakis, and he's like, do they ask that a lot? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he says the whole commercial. The old one.
That's
the
a
old
good
one,
ad.
The old one passes the torch just by saying, "Yep."
Yeah.
Love Jake from State Farm.
Farm. I want. You know, State Farm's not a good company apparently. So
Apparently not.
it's just funny.
Anyways,
Very
Yeah, they
funny.
spend all their
We're-
insurance money that you should be getting on ads.
we're flying away from the topic.
Okay, go.
Yeah, flying away at
Which-
Mach 2.
Mach 2, which is what goes along with the cartoon intros going hard and all the cartoon gimmick accounts that are on Twitter. Cartoons. I've been recently interested again in cartoons. We all watched cartoons as a kid.
All the time.
So I think we
All
can
the
all
time.
relate to this topic.
I make money off of it now.
That is true. We make money off of cartoons. But just cartoons in general. What's your guys' favorite cartoons?
You guys remember Doraemon?
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 Andrew got into on Disney XD and it really not obscure.
You know what? That is
blue cat.
true.
The blue cat.
He's so much. I sometimes forget that Andrew pretty much comes from a different generational view of cartoons.
Yeah.
But I do know which cartoon he's talking about now. With the blue cat.
It's like
and
it's one of the older Japanese properties that's still
Yeah.
ongoing today. And Andrew, for some whatever, I don't know why.
It was
just-
just a cool.
What do you mean
show
it was cool? It was just a gag show
I don't
for kids.
Andrew was pretty privileged though. He got
Dude, I was a fourth grader. I was like, dude, this is kind
He-
of cool.
he got-
I would
he
watch
got-
when I
but
wake
yet
up at
Dragon
7.
Ball wasn't.
Disney.
Nah.
He got Disney XD when they started having anime on there. So he's privileged.
It's
as a
so
child.
weird having Pokemon and Naruto next to each other in the fucking timing slots. I saw that one day.
That's on Disney XD?
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden and Naruto were on Disney
I
XD
was
for a bit.
not that
Pokemon,
privileged.
and right after that is like Gravity Falls. You're like,
Yeah,
Okay,
What?
Gravity Falls is absolutely gas. That is the greatest cartoon of all time. Swear to God,
I love the lore behind Gravity Falls though. It's funny.
there's good
dude,
lore.
it's so deep.
No, not even, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about when what's the creator Alex?
Oh, you're talking about that video you showed me?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's depressing. I don't want to
creator
talk
behind
about
Gravity
that.
Falls.
You don't want to? It's funny though. You want to listen, Fry?
I'm along for the ride, man.
Okay, so is it Alex Hirsch, right?
Something like that.
So apparently how it goes is one of the animators, I think I'm vaguely remembering this, but I do remember this, was got crabs. I forgot from who or where. And Alex Hirsch, being the absolute demon of a man, proceeds to sleep with some of the females around the facility, and proceeds to spread crabs to a large majority of the animation division that he was covering. Apparently, this was leaked by the Steven Universe team. I think I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's a bit wild up in Disney. I think that's what happened. I can't remember exactly, but I always giggle when I look at Alex Hirsch.
Is that why they ended the show on me, bro?
No, I think Alex just.
Steven Universe is gas too.
So I want to look at a 3-hour retrospective video hating on it.
I'd like to disagree.
I think it was
It's
okay.
not the greatest show, but it's fun.
It's okay. I think the character designs look pretty fire.
Regular show, grew up with that one.
Ooh,
Samurai
regular
Jack also
show.
grew up with that one.
there you go. What Fry? Where were you watching? I want to know what the Fry rotation was.
Well, as a kid in the morning, in elementary school, I think Pokemon always came on right before you went to school. I think, and I think you got pretty much the entire episode in before at least I had to go. Am I remembering that right?
I think so. Was it black and white that you were watching?
something like
I think
that,
so.
something like
I think
that.
so. That one was always on Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
super
it's Cartoon
early.
Network. That's right. So I'd wake up and watch that usually every morning. I didn't know what was going on because I was in third or fourth grade. But they make it for kids. Maybe I did know what was going on and I just don't remember. A couple of years ago, it might have been actually several years ago, I saw that they had the original Pokemon show on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And so
that's right,
I
they
saw
do.
that. It popped up on my recommended feed for some reason. And I said, well,
Might as well.
might as well,
Watch it.
right? See what I have a bit more cognitive abilities now, so maybe I could
Enjoy it.
enjoy it a little more.
enjoy the show a little bit. So I watched a few episodes. I think I made it about halfway through the season before I realized this is just the same thing over and over.
and
Yeah,
over.
it's not too hard of a idea to get around.
No.
It gets good around the third generation. It's like 200 episodes.
So let me tell you though, that first season has some episodes that are really
It has some good jokes.
Like
Oh, was that when Team Rocket didn't have Meowth? It was the other guy.
No, they always had Meowth.
Yeah, they've always had Meowth.
Yeah, he'd been around.
You know what's funny about
Meowth
Meowth
either.
though? My man got hardcore rejected by a female Meowth so hard he learned an entirely different language and still got rejected.
that is true.
No, I take it back. Not a whole language. Started acting human because he got rejected
Yeah.
so hard.
He became a human. I don't think he became like a human, and then tried to talk to her, then got rejected, and then like 4 years later, he hasn't seen her forever. He saves her life and gets rejected again.
What a
I did not know
That's a
this. bro.
pisser.
Poor Meowth. He doesn't get anything in that show.
I don't know why he just doesn't evolve into like Persian, right? Is it Persian?
Because he hates Persians.
We can
thinks
evolve
they're
into the
stuck up.
other ones.
Yeah, this racist confirmed.
Confirmed.
Meowth is indeed racist.
Probably is. No.
Evolutional
Have you ever
racism.
seen the solid JJ edit?
Oh, when Pikachu's a Nazi.
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And everybody's like, "What is he saying, Meowth?" Mein Kampf. What? I won't lie though. Some Twitter edits genuinely make my day
They're
brighter.
so funny. Like the one where it's Ash and Professor Oak, or Ash and Gary getting their first Pokemon.
Mom said this wouldn't happen to you. Like he has dementia.
What's his name, Ash?
What's his name, Ash? And then Ash says, "What is it, poopy dick or
Something like that.
I think it was dickhead." He's like, grandson, dickhead. No, and then it fades. It's so funny. And then like Batman, with gay Batman.
Oh my
that's his new bit, where it's like the '60s version of him.
Oh yeah.
So back in the day, if anybody knows this, there was a point with comics where a lot of fans thought Dick Grayson and Batman were gay, but it was like secret. Yeah, really weird. There's an infamous comic panel where they're sleeping in bed together. It's like, time to go to bed, Dick, and Dick's like, okay. And everyone's like, that's kind of weird. It's even weird now. And they never bring it up ever really again. It took a couple reboots, but it's always been there in the background.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Holy gay, Batman.
I think he says that in the comic
No,
book.
he doesn't. There's no way. There's no way.
Not in the comic, in the Twitter edit, but it's like Batman's like a racist gay or whatever. It's really weird. Like the Flash is super slow in that edit. It's like, okay, this is pretty funny.
The '60s show was just funny. You know, things that Robin said. Holy peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Batman.
I saw that every once in a while on like the really bad, like what was it? Like the Hub. It was like a Hub. The
You can't say the Hub on the internet, bro. You can't say that, dog.
What was called though? What was it? It was like after it's like I had DirecTV, so it went like like the 3 or 4.
The menu, dog. The
guide.
No,
the guide. Or whatever. But it was like right. It was the channel that showed Transformers Prime. I forgot.
So one of the 290 channels.
Yeah, or whatever, and they would have a
Cartoon Network.
No, Cartoon
Boomerang?
Network.
Boomerang.
No.
They always had that on at Dairy Queen.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's why
always.
Dairy Queen was the best place to go for lunch.
Yeah, right,
You watch
yeah.
cartoons.
Right.
No, but it wasn't. It was that the Cartoon Network. Their stuff was 296 to 298.
297.
297.
Well, Boomerang. There was 3. There was an HD version and
The HD, the not HD.
Yeah, and
then
Andrew
Boomerang.
hated the not HD version.
then
He
there
complained.
was-
My eyes are
I
hurting.
always know DirecTVs. It was the 2 Disneys,
Uh-huh.
and then there was
I thought there was a third Disney.
Disney XD.
No, it's 289, which was the Disney Kids channel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's true. There's
3 of them.
Disney. Well, it used to be. What was it before? Playhouse Disney.
Yeah.
And then turned into Disney Junior. And then there's the 2 Disney channels. Then there was Disney XD. And then there was like 2 in between that. One was like Discovery Kids.
That's
at one
what
point.
it was. Discovery Kids has Transformers Prime.
I had
on it.
Animaniacs too.
They
which was
did.
the best.
They did.
Love Animaniacs.
293 and 294 escaped me because 295 is.
That's a YouTube title, the most obscure channel
that was
on
that was like the
DirecTV.
History Channel.
For real. And then Cartoon Network had their block, and then Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was like in the slums, but they had their stuff.
They had 297 to.
They had like 4 or 5 channels.
302.
Yeah.
Because they went all the way to 302. And then after 302, it was like, MTV. Dude,
Yeah, that was really weird. They had kids channels and MTV. I remember one time Girls Gone Wild was on, and I was all like, "What part did I get into?" It went from Nickelodeon and Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then it was just like, I'm in the naughty section.
Just real quick, there was a moment where I was trying to watch Phineas and Ferb one day, and like something glitched out on the DirecTV where I changed to Phineas and Ferb, and it just changed to some random channel, but it still had it labeled as Disney and Phineas and Ferb. But it was just a random sex scene in the middle of a movie, and I was like, "This isn't Phineas
Channel
and
surfing
Ferb."
is awesome. It's like a random like.
It wasn't even a
gift
channel
package.
surf. It was just I went to Phineas and Ferb, and it went to a completely different
MTV
channel.
has some balls being right next to the kids shows. I'm just saying.
It's true.
I'm just saying. That shit was wild.
Ridiculousness, though, might be one of the greatest shows, ever. You guys
That
haven't
was-
seen
that
Ridiculousness?
was
You
how I
mean the
found
only
the-
show that they play on MTV anymore?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
24-hour runs of that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be,
it's great.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna out myself here. I never went past the kid shows for a very long time.
Alex skipped the would.
I haven't been on Comedy
he went
Central
straight
in
to,
literal decades.
Well, that's, I think, where the greatest cartoon lives on Comedy Central. That
South
being
Park?
South Park.
South Park.
Of course. You can't get better than South Park. I mean, Eric Cartman is probably one of the greatest cartoon characters maybe ever.
Hashtag got me working. They never finished.
Someday my master set me free.
Carbon.
I love that.
Yeah, and there's, you can take a quote from literally
Any
any
episode.
episode of their 25-year run. 25 years. this show has been on. And you know the quality hasn't dipped. You know, you saw that in Family Guy after the first 3 or 4 seasons. I mean, that show is in the pooper right now.
American Dad still holding strong though.
That's true. That is true.
That's my show preference.
I never really got into American
I started
Dad.
watching some Family Guy like a few months back, and I was just like, man, this show blows.
Yeah,
So
it
then I
got
just
really
started
bad.
watching Harry Potter, and Caleb might have some ideas on that.
Yeah,
Nap time.
but Stewie has saved that show through the years.
That's what I
Stewie
call my
alone.
little cousin, Stewie.
Yeah,
His head's all fucked up.
Stewie's great. I mean,
How do you feel about Brian though? They're the duo.
Brian's all right. They made him a little too political for my taste.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
That is a trend. They made Brian the political one
Yeah,
Did they totally get rid of Cleveland?
for a little bit.
No,
Oh,
I'm
he had
talking
his
about
own
the Simpsons.
show.
They got rid of a poo, right?
Yeah, they got rid of a poo on
So
The
messed up.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Nav, you know Nav, the rapper, right? He was
Yeah.
like, man, the only people we looked up to when I was a little kid was Apu from The Simpsons and fucking Raj from fucking Big Bang
Big Bang
Theory.
Theory.
Dude, when he said that shit, I started laughing my ass off.
that's good. But you know, talking about South Park, right?
Yeah.
There are episodes that I watched the other day from 2002, 2003, 2004, even 2005, I think. That were dead hits on the world today. You know, and it's incredible to see you know, these people, or I guess Trey Parker, Matt Stone, making fun of you know, fringe problems at the time that are now mainstream, and they got it completely right. You know, almost 20 years ago. You know,
They called it.
they did. They kind of did.
Simpsons is notorious for doing
That's
that.
right. They think the creators of The Simpsons are time travelers. That's a popular conspiracy because they've gotten, you know, so many things right.
They're aliens.
Yeah, aliens, time travelers, you know, what have you. But you know, there's some crazy stuff
Jokes
around
write
Simpsons.
themselves, right? Or jokes write it. I don't. There's a quote I remember.
I know what you're trying to say, but I can't think of it either. So
How does jokes write themselves?
Well, no, there's another one where it's like the jokes will write themselves into like reality or whatever. I forget the quote, but it's
Yeah,
funny.
something along the lines of that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's So, South Park's definitely
What's
up
your
there.
favorite South Park episode? Or like
All right, the nerds are talking,
Art.
Caleb.
So
Watch.
So there's quite a few good ones. The popular answer is probably Scott Tatterman Must Die. It's where Cartman gets made fun of by an older kid, and so he has his parents killed and grinds them up into chili and makes him eat it.
It's so funny that I just saw that clip on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good
What
episode.
the fuck were you guys watching as kids? God damn.
Well, this wasn't as kids. I got into this more recently than anything, maybe about a year or two.
Gotcha.
So I didn't watch this as a kid.
Oh, okay.
My favorite couple string of episodes is the Black Friday one where
That's
it's like
right.
the
Yep.
Xbox and the PS4.
That's right.
Like, oh,
It's a parody of Game of Thrones.
yeah.
That's right, and it's pretty good.
The only other episode I remember, just because I was always a history buff, was when they had Allah and they had to like censor him.
Oh yeah, they censored him. Yes.
Because it's literally stated in their like tenets, do not draw him or depict him.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
right.
literally did that.
They did for a time, and then they got threats
I think it was
from,
like I think it
from
was
overseas.
I think it was like a single day, and they had to like, or maybe even less than that. I don't think it was like
Oh,
at
the deleted episodes that you can
Yeah.
no longer see.
yeah, it's fucking. There's if you go to some parts of the internet, you can find where he's like uncensored, and it looks like he looks like some generic Middle Eastern guy. I'm like, dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah. Comedy Central got so many threats from overseas, they had to. I think it was like 2 days before they had to go in and just censor. It was Muhammad.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah. And
I think it's Muhammad and Allah. They can't show. I think it's both of them actually.
Yeah. I could tell you.
Yeah,
No
you know,
I mean,
weird,
Santa
weird
Peter's a
enough.
funny episode.
I'd have 2 pennies for the time the Middle East had to censor some major scenes in animation, because that's what they did to JoJo. Fun fact.
Didn't
Really?
know that.
Yeah. So there was an OVA of Stardust Crusaders where Dio is reading the Quran, and they found that really okay.
That's offensive?
Yeah,
You
Dio
shit
was
me.
reading the Quran, and then Dio, when he was fighting Kakyoin, you're totally out of this now. I know you're. Yeah, I know you are. You're out of this. But
Water time.
Kale remembers. Remember when Kakyoin did the Emerald Splash, and then Dio proceeded to like anime block them all, and then he threw them off of himself. So in the current anime and the current manga run, or the manga back then, or right now actually, it's a clock tower. Originally, it was a mosque, and you're not supposed to destroy mosques. In the original manga, when it debuted in Shonen Jump, and in the OVA, they destroy a mosque, and you're not supposed to, or even depict that. And so Shueisha, Shonen Jump, and Araki, and the animation studio were heavily criticized by a lot of Middle Eastern countries, and I think their head, I don't know where they are, I don't know the specific name. I think there's a quote where they say Shueisha is a direct, if they continue and don't censor this or change it, they will become a direct enemy of the Islamic states. I'm not fucking joking you.
Wow.
Absurd.
Yeah, that is one of possibly many reasons why JoJo never got heavily animated in the 90s or ever came to America until recently.
Marvel should get totally fucking exiled from Miss Marvel then.
A little bit.
Totally fucking exiled.
Well, they kind of
They got FBI agents running around a fucking mosque and shit, fucking banging doors and shit.
I guess technically the people in the mosque, it's justified in the show. The people in the mosque are like, don't do this. Stop it.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Stupid.
It was so weird in the terms of the JoJo fight because it was just like in the OVA that I'm speaking of because it wasn't really crazy in the manga because I've read those panels just because I was being a nerd one day. But it's all like Dio's just reading. I can't remember what Dio says. He's just like gay posed up, thigh on one side, bare chested, just reading the Quran, just like good book. And then Jotaro just clips off half of a. It's an anime only scene where Jotaro clips off the top of the mosque and just proceeds to yeet it at Dio, and Dio just proceeds to destroy it. I'm like, okay, I'm not part of your religion, but it was just really weird. And then the whole copyright with stand names and songs was probably a big deal too.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
Yeah.
Copyright, so much fun.
It is, totally is. I've tried to weave myself from it, but I've been struck by that landing.
You have a podcast, so it's really hard to have copyrighted material on here.
Yeah,
It's true.
unless you start leaking stuff.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do that over here.
Anyways, let's talk about Tom and Jerry. I love that cartoon.
Is that your favorite?
It's definitely.
What are
up
you, an
there.
old man?
Dude, my dad loves Tom
Dude,
and
you
Jerry.
can't act like Tom and Jerry.
That's
looking
just
at-
background.
I see my dad fucking rolling around this living room watching Tom and Jerry at the age of 48.
It's funny, but so Tom and Jerry.
More of a SpongeBob kind of guy.
I was reading a
So am I.
statistic. Tom and Jerry remained the #1 favorite cartoon among Americans from like 1960 to pretty much modern day. The only time they had competition was when Space Jam came out in the 90s and Looney Tunes came back in popularity. So that's how many years has it been since the 60s?
Many.
Many.
6 years.
It's been that many years that Tom and Jerry has remained the #1 favorite cartoon among all Americans surveyed.
Really? It's not like The Simpsons?
No, it's Tom and Jerry.
Wow. I would think it'd be like The Simpsons.
That makes sense because Tom and Jerry is such a classic cartoon. I mean, I
Exactly.
think we all grew up at least
At least
at some
one.
point. Everybody
It
knows.
was in the background. There was something.
It's in the background. You see it on at restaurants. You're surfing the channels, and it's there for
it's slapstick
you.
comedy. Everybody
Um,
laughs at it.
Everybody at least knows who Tom and Jerry is. Not everybody knows who Eric Cartman is or Homer Simpson, but everybody knows who at least knows who Tom and Jerry
The
is.
name.
That's right. At least they know the name and they know it's a cat and mouse. And I'm guessing a large percentage of people have seen at least one episode of Tom and Jerry. And you can't really say that about the other, cartoons, the big ones, Family Guy, American Dad,
Goku.
Simpsons.
And even more interesting is you say The Simpsons, but The Simpsons literally references Tom and Jerry every single episode. That's how enormous Tom and Jerry is on the scale of cartoons. Is that other cartoons repeatedly reference it?
Pokemon really didn't beat it out.
No,
Really?
Dude, yeah. Pokemon never beat that out either?
no, it was always
I
Tom
can
and
get
Jerry.
why something like Dragon Ball Z was, because Dragon Ball Z
The
used to be-
Tsunami block was.
they used to be scrutinized because it was considered a really nerd thing, and it was fuck this
Yeah.
stupid ass cartoon.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's everywhere.
Nowadays, yeah,
Gym
you
rats.
see on T-shirts, gym rats.
It's
everything.
becoming an aesthetic. It's kind of weird now.
True. Yeah.
It's really weird going from a kid that's like, oh, I watch
Really,
anime
it's
to be
not
like,
Pokemon.
you're
Even
wearing
with-
that now.
Even with the card game.
Maybe if you look at a different statistic, maybe it shows something different. But from what I saw, is Tom and Jerry is #1.
It makes sense.
I'd believe it.
Hey, our barber, he's been on game for a long time. Larry, dude, Betty Bop, whatever the fuck.
Betty Bop.
Betty
Betty Boop, Betty Bop,
It's
whatever.
Betty Boop.
Okay, dude, apparently she's on the rise again for antique, collectibles.
All those
memorabilia.
old characters.
Dude, Dude, Larry might be sitting on fucking bank.
We shouldn't tell him and wait
Good
till
for Larry.
You should never tell him
Good
that.
for Larry.
I'm not gonna, Don't tell Larry that.
He cuts my hair in that chair over there every day. He comes to me and then
Cut
usually
your hair every day.
Let's not tell him.
or every other day. Yeah.
Every other
Every
day.
other day.
Every
Haircut
other
every other day?
Actually, every other like month and a half.
I see.
Something like that. But
Alex, because he says at least.
yeah, I don't like
Every 2
cutting my
months.
hair. I do like my hair a little bit longer. But I don't. That's just me. Yeah. He always usually I have to sit down. He usually gives me his old man spiel for the month. It's like, you see on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, this is where we're going
Oh
here.
God!
Like,
as soon as he starts mentioning Facebook, it's like, oh.
okay, all right, let's see what
He's gonna mention
article.
some old shit from fucking Nam.
I like his Nom stories
his Nam
though.
story is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Other than that,
Because he didn't ever land in Nam.
No.
That's his thing, is that he learned how to kill a dog 15 ways. He'll say that he learned how to kill a dog 15 ways, and then he didn't land in Nam. They got halfway through, and the war ended, and they turned right back around.
When he says kill a dog, does he mean kill a Vietnamese person?
I think so.
Oh man,
Oh my god.
that's kind of messed up.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was part of the group that put Ace of Spades on people, because that's fucked. You want to know that lore?
No, he
No.
couldn't have been. He never
never
landed
got
in
there.
Nam.
Well, I'm just saying he could have been around, guys returning. That was weird. It's weird. So I went down. I guess you want to switch it up from cartoons? I did kind of.
No, I want to talk about Tom and Jerry more.
This is his podcast, I guess.
We can talk about that stuff later. Today's cartoons, because cartoons make me happy, and multiverses made me want to talk about cartoons, because playing as Tom and Jerry made me feel like a kid again.
How does that make you feel like a kid again? You're doing combos. What was there? Is there something about combos that make you feel like a kid? Were you fucking wave dashing? I know Shaggy has a wave dash. I saw that. Andrew was showing me combo videos on TikTok, and I'm all like, Andrew was like, "What's a TOD? What's a BNB?" I'm like, Andrew, these are basic.
I don't play fighting games. Fuck off.
I know this is weird.
I play Rainbow Six, and that's about it.
I
I do too. I suck ass.
At least he admits it.
At least you could admit that. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so bad.
A lot of people be like, "No, bro, I'm not."
I'm
bad."
a
Fucking
I'm a
the
silver
worst
too.
people in there.
Oh, that's about where I'm at.
Oh,
You're silver too?
I don't deserve to be there because I am complete dog shit at that game. I have no idea. Well, I know what's going on, but I don't have the skill or the intelligence to react to it in
The game
time.
sense. You don't have the game.
No, I don't
Trenton
have
Warner
the
would
game
be
sense.
very angry at
Yeah,
you.
and it's strange
Pfizer.
because I'm sorry, Caleb. I'll get back to cartoons.
No,
in a
you're
second. It's weird because when this game came out, I've been playing it for 8
Since
years,
release,
off
yeah.
and on for 8 years, and I'm still total dog shit at it because I
I got good really fast with like a duo.
I don't get it because I just spray and pray usually, and that doesn't work out so good.
Not in Siege, yeah. Don't
No.
do that in Siege.
Well, I can't do anything different because my thumbs are just stupid, like going back and forth. But I
and
don't
you're
want to
playing
play
on
on
a
low
controller?
sense because then I turn around in 8 years and I'm dead already.
You play on a controller, right?
Yeah, I'm playing.
See,
playing Xbox.
that's the bad part is that people that play now, especially in those silver lobbies, have Zims, which means you can. That's the only game on Xbox and PlayStation that I know that has no support for keyboard and mouse, because if you want keyboard and mouse, go buy $1,000 computer to go play the game, because keyboard and mouse in that game is just so fucking superior.
Yeah,
It's not
way
even
better
funny.
than controller. Yeah, big
Way
time.
better.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of people. I think I have a friend who plays on mouse and keyboard on Xbox.
He has a Zim. He's paid $200 for that. What a guy.
But still, it's really demoralizing, I think, to play a game for 8 years, which is almost half of my lifetime. I'm 19, and I still am total ass. I don't get it.
Are you gamer raging right now?
You know what, Fry? I felt the same way until I realized the way I enjoy the Siege is when
Not playing it.
I get my
Pretty
my
fucking
main
right.
weapon, and like in the first during the prep stage, everybody else preps. I waste all my ammo on my main weapon, and I run out of the room with just a pistol, and I'm just like, I'm ready for them boys.
Yeah, right.
You play Warden.
Exactly.
I bet you do.
I play Warden, but I still like playing Doc though too.
Oh yeah. Well, is your gamer tag still Dr. Caleb?
No, it's Solid Caleb.
Oh, Solid Caleb. Didn't you used to be known as Dr. Caleb back when we played quite a bit,
That
right?
is true. You guys
I mean,
called
you're
me
always
the Doc.
you're always Doc.
I was literally not allowed to play it as anybody else other than Doc.
Doc and Thermite, right?
Doc and Thermite were the only characters I had.
Yeah, right. That's how it was when you were a new person, a new guy playing that game. When you were a rookie, right? The learning curve to that game is straight uphill. I mean, there is no curve. It is just a cliff. It is straight up. I mean,
either you're a top player or you're a bottom player.
that's right. Then there's hardly any in between. I'm a bottom player, obviously. But when the new guy comes in, everybody else is usually just a little bit better than the new guy because they at least know kind of what's going on. So the new guys always play 2 ops. Their attacking operator is Thermite because they could open the reinforced walls. And the defensive guy was Doc because you could heal people. And that's all you did. And you were the Thermite and the Doc main, and everybody else tried to
literally
get kills.
just the grunt of the team.
That's
Nowadays,
right.
I do not
Utility
want a
guy.
new guy to play Thermite because Thermite is so
It's
fucking important.
Yeah, that's right.
That it's like, okay, let's not get you on Thermite. Let's put you on something a little
Recruit.
Let's put you on something a little more simple that you can control recoil. Let's put you on Sledge.
Sometimes
There you go.
I get so bored I just do Recruit too. I have all the characters now. I'm just like Recruit. Waste all my ammo on main weapon. Pistol.
I don't think I've ever. I think I've maybe have less than maybe like 2 hours on Siege.
Yeah, it's a really tough game, and
learning curve.
when there used to be this was 4 or 5 years ago at this point. There used to be a dozen guys who would hop on and try to play Siege that we know in our local gaming group or whatever.
I think some of them still do. Made it professional too.
Yeah, hey, they might, and good for them. I don't know. I haven't kept up well enough with people that I should have. But there's this kid named Daniel. Right. And, you guys know Garrett, right?
Yeah.
So Daniel would tell Garrett, hop on Thermite and come get this wall for me. And if not, you can't play with it. That's what he said. Oh, no. And so in game, we'd make it funny. He'd be like, Garrett, come here, BB. Come get this wall for me. Thermite.
Bro,
Come here, boy. Come here, BB.
BB being humiliated in real life is one thing, but to be I'm not trying to make fun of Garrett, but like to be a bitch in a game, bro. that's a different type.
That's a whole new level of insult.
Oh, in the gaming world, sometimes in real life, I'll have to take it. But in the gaming world, bro, not to be like some giga nerd, but like I have to stun out a little bit. I think the only game I truly I've ever been truly good at, I feel consistent is FPSs and fighting games. And I think that when it comes to FPSs, it's Halo. Like we go into Halo, give me a fucking actually really any weapon, I'll start mashing, bro. Halo 3 is the only one I have difficulty in because what's the fuck. No, it's in all video games. Not the recoil. It's
Bloom?
It's the bloom, yeah. And I can't control the bloom in Halo 3. I just can't. But in Reach 4 and even CE, I can. I'm pretty good at controlling the bloom. I don't think there's any bloom in Halo 1, but it's like I can fucking go down with some Halo games. Give me Infinite. I was pretty fucking. I think all the hours I put into MCC, I was pretty fucking cracked in Infinite. I was always on top of the leaderboard, number 2 or 3, even 1. I was always in the top, and I was like,
See,
you talk shit. And in Halo lobbies, nah, that's a different game. Any other game, okay, I might listen, but shit. I'm not trying to be bottom friend. Come here, BB. That was funny.
See, when it comes to shooters, I suck.
Yep.
If I try,
Like Call of Duty, you guys are bad at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very
But
hard to do nowadays.
When I go into gaming position, like how like people are like it's serious. That's when I do bad. But if I like most of the time I like kick back, I have my feet up like this, chilling, just like way far back on my seat, and I'm playing just like falling
The depth
asleep.
perception.
It's totally out of frame, but it's okay.
It's okay. You only need to see my feet.
What?
You get the
What?
picture.
But you get the picture, right? That like, I just like when I don't try, I'm like
I feel
team
like
wiping.
if you ever got high or drunk playing a video game, you might be a god. Drunken Fist Caleb on Seed, bro.
It's just I just need
Dude,
to
you know
have
how
4
often-
hours of
You
sleep.
know how fucking
Caleb.
normal that shit is, dude? When you play Rainbow Six Siege in, like, let's just say plat lobbies, which you're far from, apparently, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I got friends who play up there, and when I'm in the squad with them,
when
there's not enough difference between us, then I should just log off.
Yeah, when you hear like,
I mean, I have no help.
Bubbling water noises, you know someone's ripping a bong, and it's like, oh god, I got another one of these motherfuckers on my team.
How do you get the plat fucking blowing out your mind, bro? I don't get that.
Some of them are fucking drunk.
Cracked.
No, some of them are drunk too. I was playing with a girl. She ended up saying that her name was like,
their full legal name.
No, she ended up saying that she had like an OnlyFans and all this. So
I heard this story.
I was playing with like a girl that was like on OnlyFans making a shit ton of money, and she was like a stock investor and all this shit. And I was like, okay, but can you fucking play the game? She was intelligent enough, but every fucking round, I'm taking another shot of tequila, I'm taking another shot of fucking whiskey, I'm taking fucking bomb grips, and it's like, bro, chill the fuck out.
See, in those lobbies, bro, I love to troll a little bit, and like if I see someone in distress or like gone out their mind and they're kind of being a little bit of an asshole, that's when I start to troll a little bit. I'm a bit of a troller myself.
I was trolling too the whole time. She's telling me to nay the floor out, and I was like, I'm not.
Like how your father naded his floor out of your life? Yeah, I get that part. That's how toxic I get. I start going after dad jokes. I try to be a little bit more intelligent when I troll. It's just really funny. It's just like, come on here. You're just giving me
What about
free
sports
ammo.
games? You guys good at like Madden 2K?
Why?
Those games are stupid.
Those are
the
ass.
dumbest games.
Shut up, bro. 2016, you were all up.
If you're playing a sports game,
Alex
play a
is dumb.
Mario sports game. Those are the good ones.
The day I bought GTA over Madden 16, Alex lost all hope in humanity on sports. So that's on me. But GTA is still a fucking good game.
Yeah, how many copies has it sold or whatever? Like 100
Like a billion,
like something over.
It's general.
It's a top 10 next to Tetris and Minecraft.
It is.
No, that's a game I can do okay at. Minecraft.
It's Minecraft.
That's more my speed. I can't hit the broadside of the barn with a first person shooter. But in Minecraft, I can place blocks.
Yeah. Dig straight down, get diamond.
Yeah,
that works for me.
You know what?
Can't
I would like to say that to Fry. Good for you, but once I don't log on to the server for one day, the homie server, and I show back up to palaces, I kind of feel a bit defeated.
That's right. Yeah. I've been playing Minecraft, almost as long as
it's been out.
2010, whenever it came out.
When Reach was there.
Yeah, I was kind of on it since then, and I think I've picked up a few skills. I'm no masterclass builder or survivalist or anything, but I suck at redstone. I can't figure that thing
genius
out.
at that shit.
You don't need it. You just
you don't
get
need
diamond.
It. Yeah, just get diamonds. It's all about that. Mine diamonds. If you never heard that song, you should.
It's so stupid.
Minecraft parodies go hard though.
But still, the Minecraft projects I work on, I build Minecraft golf courses, and I am not ashamed to say that. And you can laugh at me if you want to.
That was a shocker.
It is the nerdiest thing ever.
I've heard dumber things. No, you know what's really nerdy? Making fully realistic art in Minecraft. I'm like, dude, that's cool though, but go fucking draw a painting or something.
Right. If you have that much talent, you could probably sell it and make a lot of money. Like I've seen paintings go on eBay, just like you splash a color on on a canvas and sell it for $20.
That's money laundering.
That is true.
Yeah. I went into a rabbit hole the other day, and it's just all NFTs and some real world art. Real world art. I know I can't speak.
Real world.
Real world. Oh my god.
Real world
art, motherfuckers.
From a real world.
Yeah.
From a real world.
It's all money laundering. That's all it is. Like I think over like 60-70% is just all people just like, hey, this is my income for the month or the income for that year or whatever. So it's like, it's really crazy. Kind of sucks because there's some really talented artists on Twitter that I would be like, if that wasn't on a canvas, I'd put that on my wall, but it's, on my Twitter timeline, buck market, like it for later, use it for art reference. But it's like, damn, that kind of blows that some like a major like part of human history or just being human, drawing something is just like, I'm going to use it to fuck over the system, bitch. I'm like,
it's
man,
true.
It sucks ass. It really does.
Very true. Anyways, back to cartoons.
Recurring theme.
Yeah,
I like it.
I love cartoons. I'll go back. We'll circle back around again. Pokemon. So there was a particular episode I wanted to bring up because it's the only
one where
time
the Japanese children has seizures. Is that the one you're going to talk about?
No.
What?
Oh,
But
do you
that
not
is a
know this?
thing.
No, I don't watch Pokemon.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
too much of a youngin to know about this
So,
one.
Watch the first season where it was the
Japan,
same copy and paste shit over and over again.
Pikachu, there was an episode with Porygon?
Porygon.
2 or 1? I think it was 1.
It was 1 because that was Generation 1.
Yeah, Generation 1. Porygon was on screen. They were going into the cyberspace or whatever. That was the gimmick for that episode. And I'm just going to fast forward, but basically, Pikachu had to electrocute Porygon for whatever reason. And apparently the Japanese studio, I don't know who animated it or whoever, didn't check for it. This is why seizures are a big thing nowadays everybody worries about. Pikachu had shocked Porygon, and they started flashing red, blue, and I think yellow light.
I think it's just red and blue.
Red and blue, really fast. And a whole bunch of Japanese kids watching the show proceeded to have going into shock.
Epileptic seizures.
Epileptic seizures. I think there was over like 200,000. Like, there was a big number.
Bro,
It was
that's
like,
a shit ton of people, bro.
yeah, a lot of kids. And I even think some even teenagers were like foaming at the mouth to make a
Green
joke
light
out of
that
it.
shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it was a big shocker. I don't think they ever showed that episode in America.
They showed it like once.
Yeah. But I think they even edited it out maybe. But
Yeah.
like they showed that episode.
They showed each of the band episodes once.
The one with the gun. They showed the one with the gun.
Yes.
Wow.
We've gone full circle back to Meowth being racist. Meowth dresses up as Hitler in that episode.
Oh, hey now.
That part I didn't
That
know.
is true. And the one where they have the gun, he also dresses up as Hitler while holding the gun to Dratini's head.
Well, I don't remember that.
It's a band episode. That's why.
Oh,
When's
Who
the
green lights that shit, dude?
The same person who greenlighted the one where James has boobies.
that one's a cool episode though.
I do remember that. That's no.
I won't lie though. Japan has a really weird thing with making fun of Hitler.
It's true.
Because at the same time that was happening in Fusion Reborn, the Dragon Ball movie with Gogeta in it, there's a Hitler joke.
Hitler,
It was like
Goten
like
fights the Nazis.
Yeah, Goten and Trunks go Super Saiyan, and he proceeds to say a line where like, "I wish I had them on my side" or whatever, and I'm all like, "What the fuck?" It was never in the. I think they dubbed it, but I don't know. You have to go to like an uncensored version of it. But it was there. It was in the Japanese version. They always make fun of him. It's really weird.
I would think like animes like Berserk would have like insane like censorship shit.
No,
It's
Especially with, like,
Pokemon.
But doesn't Japan already have like insane censorship rules?
no.
What do you mean no?
Andrew,
think
they
they really
sell.
have
They
any.
sell. I don't know. You might have to mute this. How do I say it? Dojins. You know what I'm talking about.
Dojins?
What? I don't want to say words, so I don't want to get the thing. Nudies. We'll say them nudies.
Okay.
Nudies in magazine stores out in broad daylight. You think they really give a fuck about censorship?
But they give a shit about, Dark Knight.
In
Batman
a
movie.
national media, but they don't care at home.
What?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't-
really
I didn't-
don't.
I thought they had insane
That's why
censorship
Kill a
rules.
Kill exists.
Yeah. That one's funny, though. Because it's just a joke on
Okay, but
Sailor
like
Moon.
the High School DxD.
Yeah, that's all.
That's a
Yeah.
Japan one?
Yeah, it's uncensored. There's an uncensored and censored
Wow.
version of that. Boobies out and everything.
Okay.
It's not good. I don't like
I thought they had insane censorship.
What's that called again?
High School
Let me write-
DxD
let me write that
uncensored.
down for research.
I think Crunchyroll has the uncensored version. I might
What?
be wrong. I don't remember. But yeah, Japan doesn't care about that stuff. They never
Wow,
have.
I did not know
They
that. I
they
thought
they
were
go for
super
low blow
strict.
jokes. American comedies would love Japan.
Well,
I'm just saying.
that wasn't exactly where I thought that was going.
No,
but
it's
you know
just
what?
the thing.
That's
Why'd you bring up Berserk though? That's the one that
I'm just saying because that's like the most gruesome anime, at least that you've shown me, that you were like, oh, this shit's gas.
It is pretty gas. I won't lie. The whole like I guess storytelling wise, you're seeing these horrid monsters do the most vile human stuff, and just seeing guts with a big off giant fuck off sword slicing him in half is
I know
pretty
we got like
fucking fire.
Mortal Kombat gets pretty gruesome sometimes,
A little bit.
Yeah.
but we're so desensitized to it now. As a
It's kind of
society.
weird. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a cartoon episode that's made you cry before?
No.
No?
No.
Alex,
no,
you are
no.
a liar.
No.
You cry all the time.
Maybe a Phineas and Ferb joke. Andrew might remember this. Remember the Ducky Momo? I tried to make a joke out of it. You not
we
remember that?
started laughing our asses off.
No, I started crying. I was trying to make a bit out of it, but I don't think a cartoon, like a television or movie.
Like, I guess just any
I don't-
animated.
I think I've like maybe like Phineas and Ferb when meep That him.
Me?
Oh, Meep.
When Meep like was sent off or some shit, it was like super
That
sad.
was sad. Yep.
I don't think I've
Maybe
ever,
I don't remember that one.
I don't think I've genuinely cried to a cartoon. An anime, and maybe even a manga is a bit different, but like, I don't think as a kid I've ever like genuinely like, damn, bro, this shit hit. Like, no.
Let me just say that this is where I was going with this. Bye Bye Butterfree.
Yep.
It's the only time I was ever like genuinely sad watching a cartoon as a kid.
What cartoon is this?
The Pokemon.
With a pink,
When-
the pink
when-
Butterfree.
When Ash has to release his Butterfree, I was like, no! And it goes through the montage of all the episodes Butterfree was in from the time he was a Caterpie. I was like, oh man.
I think I actually genuinely enjoy. I'm gonna be honest with okay. Here's my stigmatism with Pokemon. I fucking hate Ash. He's a terrible trainer.
You know
Why
what?
the fuck do you have a Butterfree on your team? You fucking loser.
I have Butterfree on my team. Butterfree's broken.
No,
Use
I'm
him
just
right.
gonna outspeed you with something on my first turn.
I put you to sleep.
Yeah, but
And then
it's-
hard-
I
It's
outspeed
Riders.
you. I use.
You to sleep.
I outspeed. I just.
Paralyze you.
Okay, Alex, then explain why I always beat you in Pokemon.
We've only ever played like maybe like 2 games.
Because you got mad that I beat you
Twice.
twice.
Well,
Not once, twice.
competitive Pokemon's really funny. It just really is. I remember there was a national champion that went against one of my streamers that I watch, and he beat him. It was funny. He just pick a random team with all these like I think it was a no rules one, so he just picked some legendaries and he picked like some competitive ones and he still won. I'm like, okay,
Isn't
that's
there
just
like a way to like beat Mewtwo in 2 moves with like some shitty ass?
Oh,
there's like a level 100 like Caterpie or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw a video on it. It was weird.
It's
Pokemon's
like
weird.
You dodge Mewtwo's first move or some shit, and then
Oh,
you can
that's
do
the
damage back.
that's
to
the
them.
Rattata.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, competitive Pokemon's weird.
What I've seen isn't really the competitive stuff, but one thing that has risen in popularity, at least from what I've seen on YouTube, is when guys go through and tried the hardcore Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah.
Nuzlocke
And
are fun.
Yeah, and they have just the one type that they can use.
Oh,
they go through with just
okay.
water types, or they go through with the ground types or whatever, and they can't catch anything else. And if something dies,
Yeah.
it dies and it's gone. And they seem like really tough challenges. But the way these videos are made, I've only seen a couple of them. I mean, they're really well produced and they're very well edited, and the guys doing the voiceovers are funny.
Yeah.
And they make it really enjoyable to watch. It's like a 20, 30, 40-minute video of playing through an entire Pokemon game with very strict rules and the strategies they use to beat some of the, like, if you got grass types, you got to go against the fire type gym leader. How the hell are you going to do that? But they figure out ways to do it, and they get it done. And it is, mind-boggling, because when I played these games as a kid,
It seems so difficult. Like
my
a challenge.
My Pokemon died left and right. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just go through the game and with my starter and click flamethrower or whatever, and let that do work. But these guys actually go through these games with strategy and skill and really precision. It's admirable.
Pokemon. Once you get to a high enough level, I think it'd be probably disrespectful to say a baby game, but like if you have a high cognitive ability, some statistics and numbers with some moves, the game just gets really fucking easy to beat. Honestly,
Have you guys seen the game Stray?
Yes, I was playing it last night.
Dude, that game is fucking awesome.
It's so cool. I just
just
press the meow button the whole
a billion
time.
times.
What?
Stray.
There's a designated button on this game, Stray, where you play as a cat, where you just meow.
where are the
So you
hookers?
can meow for the whole game.
Awesome.
There are hookers.
Yeah, they're dead though.
That is true.
What the fuck?
Dead hookers.
Dead
Society.
hookers.
Society.
But what does it matter to you? You're a cat.
We went from Pokemon to dead hookers in 90 seconds.
Welcome to the average episode of Totally Oblivious.
We're totally oblivious.
What are we doing here?
See, we could have been talking about philosophy. I was going through that for a couple of days. I was trying to get into my.
I don't
my
want to
bag.
have a philosophical.
Yeah, because you're a child and like
session today.
Yes,
Pokemon.
we like cartoons and cats from Stray.
That's for the next episode. We can get philosophical tomorrow.
Well, anyways, what I was trying to get to with the whole like Stray thing was when there's like a trophy in the game that says beat the game in under 2 hours. So as I'm playing the game,
You want me to speedrun a game? That's a fucking achievement now.
I'm trying to
Jesus.
plot out how to do it. So the whole time I'm doing my shit.
Andrew, just look up a fucking speed run on Twitch and just copy it.
Nah, bro, it's just lame.
What do you mean it's lame?
I want to do it myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, go away.
So I started going through chapters in less than like 5 minutes, and there's 12 chapters. So I think I could do it in like an
12
hour 30.
minutes.
I could do it in like an hour 30. At the highest. That game is super fun. Game of the year. It should have some Game of the Year nominations at least, because it just took you.
What's coming out this year?
It just took you off. I have no idea.
Is God of War coming out? No, it's 2023. Never mind.
God of War comes out.
So yeah, that's coming in Game of the Year. There's nothing.
I agree with Andrew. That's a good game.
Are you like halfway through it? It's only
I think so.
6 hours a game.
I think so, because I was like probably at like 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
Oh yeah.
But I've been goofing around too, so
yeah, you got like another 3-4 hours.
Goofing around, meowing.
yeah.
Is that what you do?
Running around, meowing, messing with the NPCs as a cat.
What a joy.
Yeah, it's
you
so
know,
fun.
bring
It's
me.
like the most like brain dead game you could play.
It
Like
really
it's
is.
just so fucking fun.
So, like there's a whole lore around it where you could either get really into the lore or you can just be the cat and just be like meow meow.
You know, speaking about cats and
The
Twitter.
lore's deep. Like when you get to the end, it's like, oh shit.
Speaking about cats and Twitter, I guess to bring it kind of even greater full circle. Have you been seeing the cat memes where it's all like me meowing, screaming at the top of my lungs, trying to retain the information before being reincarnated, seeing my family and friends, the memories of being a human pass away as I am a baby kitten. Have you seen those memes?
I did. I saw your.
Brian went fucking dead.
I saw your comment on that meme.
No, that shit was. That's actually kind of scary. I always like going to those deeper thoughts of that. I'm like, damn. Imagine being turned into a baby kitten. Everything you've previously experienced just gone.
No, who cares? Meow meow meow.
That's like Buddhism, bro.
Yeah,
It's like reincarnation and shit.
That was Hinduism.
Hinduism.
no.
It's one of the
it's
isms.
both.
Is it both?
It's a little bit of both.
One of those.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. I was like, damn. Imagine that'd be so
Have
scary.
like good karma, bad karma type shit.
Yeah, they're enter Nirvana. It's
Yes.
so weird. The band is named after that, but it's totally opposite to
You know,
the message.
dude, those 3 religions was like a 3-month-long subject for my Apex classes in 2020.
Why?
I was like, why do I need to know this?
What were you learning? Now I'm curious.
Those
Why? For what
specific
reason?
things,
What was
like,
the-
like what their gods were, and like Nirvana's, like what that was, and like good karma, bad karma, like what they want. Like they were trying to sell me on that shit, dude. Like I was taking a history class to try to sell me on some religion shit, and I was like, damn,
That
bro,
wasn't Christianity
that
in
wasn't
America?
Christianity in America. I was kind of like, bro, what the fuck? And dude, their Christianity section in that thing too was like a page.
That's very shocking.
Yeah, it fucking took me off. I was like, damn, this is very different. Usually they talk about like the Bible and shit, and how like it's like the oh my god thing.
Buddhism.
And now I'm getting like Buddhism. I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting.
Wow, wild take. What?
You took it in 2020?
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense, actually. It really does.
Is there lore here that we need to know?
Well, it seems as though in the social political climate we live in now, Christianity has kind of been trying to get pushed away, right, from the mainstream, right? We're focused now on the self and one's own desires, yes? And Christianity teaches typically that you're not supposed to focus on yourself and you're supposed to focus on other people, right?
That explains a lot now.
Right, but I think the country and I don't want to comment too much on the political climate of today. It's focused on I'm going to do what I want to do, right? Because freedom and whatever. And so I think it makes sense if you're taking a class recently, they're going to tell you that Christianity is based on Jesus, and then that's about it. That's really all you need to know.
They talked about like what was it? Islam.
The Abrahamic? Or
Yeah. They talked about that for like a page, and then they talked about like the whole religion was built off of this, and they talked about the before Christ, after Christ kind of timeline thing as like a thing, but that was like a page long. It was kind of absurd to like all because like dude, you go through 12 years of schooling and it's like okay, Bible, that's the basic book of instructions. There it is. Yep. And you get to year 13 and it's like what the fuck is all this shit?
Oh, the bigger world around me. It just came out of nowhere.
And it wasn't even like a college because like in college classes I kind of expect that stuff, but it was like in high school class I was like, dude, this is different.
Did you actually find it interesting?
I found it extremely interesting. It was actually the only shit I read that year.
Failure.
My fucking biology stuff, skip.
I feel that.
My biology stuff, I skipped and cheated on all the tests, allegedly, in GTA. So it's like, that's what I did.
FBI, we're all bringing it full circle today.
That's what I did, bro. It's like,
This episode will be called Full Circle.
no.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Did you ever learn about Reaganomics, any of that stuff, or was it all?
Reaganomics, like the president
Yeah.
type shit? No, I didn't learn about that.
Wow, that's kind of surprising.
Did you guys learn about that?
Yeah, I made a joke about it. There's a picture because I was in that same class but with a different with Mr. Vega, and I always saw the Reagan picture and Mr. Fredericks, the one on top of the thing, and it's like a quote from him from the Berlin Wall or whatever. I'm like, when am I gonna get to that point in history? And then the next year with Mr. Frederick, he brought it up and like the Berlin Wall, and I pointed up, there it is. It was like the fucking what's it mean?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was like, I was like, there it is. And then that was my only time I ever actually was like, I'm waiting for it. All right, now I don't give a fuck. And I just chilled up for like the rest of the year.
I was just waiting for World War II.
World War II. Oh,
And
Dude,
every
I
single one.
haven't learned shit about the World War II.
really?
The only thing it's the Civil War. That's the only thing I've learned about in high school. The Civil War.
They really didn't teach you that we had mass weapons of destruction?
Cold War, never learned about it. Nuclear stuff, never learned about it.
Really?
World War I,
That was-
vaguely learned about it. World War II, absolutely not.
That was what we all looked the most forward to
Yep,
in Frederick's
that's right.
class. We sat there all year goofing off, not paying attention, and then it was like,
Oh, the last 100 years
it was
showed
like,
up.
It was
I
like
relearned
1910, and we're
world
like,
history
now the
6
cool
times,
stuff's
dude.
here.
Let's go.
I took world history like 4 different times in like 4 different classes. Twice in high school, one in the 6th grade, one in the 8th grade, kind of. Once in the 9th grade, and then in the 11th grade, so what I am now, I took college course for world history. So I didn't read shit because I was like, I could take these tests, and I've been taking this for like fucking 5 years straight. It's like, okay.
Okay.
And you don't get past the Declaration of Independence in world history.
Wait, in which world history?
All of them. Every single one I've took. You don't get past the Declaration of Independence.
I don't remember.
You
that.
might get to the Civil War, and that's as far as you go.
I won't lie though, but that kind of does make sense. There's like 2.
Yeah, but after the Civil War, you got World War One, World War Two.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the
9/11,
ramifications yet.
Shit.
It's like what is the historical term? There's like competing historical term where it's all like, do we call this the Cold War era or like the post Great War era? Because it's this really weird fine line because we haven't seen the full ramifications of automatic weapons.
We haven't
and
titled it yet, is what you're
artillery.
saying.
Yeah,
We need to become history first.
We're currently
Yeah.
doing the drafting on that page. We haven't done all the cool line art and titling. It's just, okay, this is the basic information. I'm going to probably put something here. That's about it.
We're still in historian mode.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, probably in like another 150 years, we'll probably have that page done. But like right now, we're still in the effects of it. Right now where we're at, we're probably in the middle, and it's like post Cold War. And that's what we're in right now. That's kind of weird now. Just kind of speaking on that. How do you feel like at one point the U.S. and USSR were at it, and we're just happy duty now, but back then
I don't know if we're
I wouldn't
happy
say we're happy.
well,
duty.
okay, not anymore. They're probably like, I don't know, like 2 years ago.
I wouldn't say we're even that then either.
How do you feel
Maybe
about
we just
that?
learn to
though?
live with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is so weird. Do you ever
You got
just
desensitized to it. It's like, oh, we've been living in war since 1912. So,
whatever? It's kind of weird. You ever think about that? Or no?
Kinda.
I always
What about
kind
you,
of
Fred?
it always passes my mind.
You know, I think about where we're sending our people, right? Where we're sending our
The
taxpayer
boys.
dollars to, where the boys are off to, and then that whole Ukraine thing, I think, is still going on.
It is
it's,
very much.
But they don't
still
talk about it anymore.
it's not in the national media anymore.
Right? It's
no,
not.
it's still every once in a while.
We
If
want
I'm
to talk
in,
about gas prices and Joe Biden now.
I love the
that's true.
political media. I really
Yeah,
do.
they
That
forget
shit
about
Oh
Switch
no,
this
the,
shit.
the huge war.
Nah,
Something
fuck
else.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
And it makes
Johnny
you think,
Depp.
right? They focused on this,
Yes.
on the invasion of Ukraine for
Like
2
a-
or 3 weeks, maybe a month,
Yeah.
and then it's
It
you know
goes to
like
Will
a
Smith
disappearing.
and Chris
It's-
Rock to then fucking,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what Caleb just said.
It
Johnny
seems like
Depp.
it was almost they used it as a distraction, if that makes sense.
No,
that's
you're right.
kind of
No.
conspiratorial.
Yeah,
No, you're definitely right.
Kind of right.
But hey, look at this! It's Ukraine, and behind the scenes, we're gonna do all this stuff that you're not gonna hear about because it's Ukraine. Don't worry about the man behind the curtain.
Alex, when he slowly manipulates the podcast and going to 4chan territory. Yes.
I'm not saying anything's going on, but I am saying it's a little fishy.
It is fishy.
No, it's been a bit weird. It's kind of like, to describe it almost in a Twitch way. It's kind of like the news goes on like on a Twitch meta where it's like, this is pretty rough. They go Among Us for a month and they switch it off to watching anime clips, like full on stream, whole seasons of anime until they get copyright taken down by Twitch and Amazon and stuff.
That is true.
When they switch back to Among Us.
Yeah,
And then to Fall Guys.
something else completely
Fall Guys.
every once in a while. It's really weird, but yeah, the media is weird sometimes. I always look at every once in a while when it's on. Because I don't watch TV, thank God. But I always just seeing like, it's always, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna ask you too. Have you ever guys seen any news where it's like, here's a picture of a puppy?
I've learned about this. I'm going into communications.
Mm-hmm.
The news is, it's an entertainment program. That's what they try to make it.
Yeah.
They lead off with the big headline of the day, which is usually sad. Yeah. And then they tell you all about how the country is failing and all of the bad stuff that's going on. And then they end the show with a feel-good, and now, a rich guy donated $150 million to cancer research or whatever. Or a local guy saves a dog from a sewer drain. Something like that. To make you feel good and say, hey, you know what? That was enjoyable to watch. I'll come back tomorrow. That's how the news media works. On the national level, on the local level, that's what it's all about. And, I watched the news for a little bit because I had to in college. I had to do assignments on it. When you watch the news on a regular basis, your outlook of the world
Becomes
goes
much
into the pooper, into the toilet.
That explains so fucking
But
much.
when you are a little bit disconnected from it, and you're not looking at the news
feel much
every
happier.
day, it's a little more, life is a little more happy because you're not learning about all the problems out there. And there are good news stories out there that just don't get reported because people have been tricked into thinking that news is always bad.
That's
right?
page 3 news.
Right, it's page 3 news. The news that's not going to
Page
get
4,
covered on
actually,
the
I'd even
30-minute national program or the 30-minute local program because they have too much bad stuff to tell you about because it's more entertaining and it gets them more views.
Negative.
But
People
there's
like
a lot
negatives.
of good news out there that doesn't get spread. I heard the other day that the hole in the ozone layer was fixed.
I
it's
heard
back
that.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But nobody's talking about
Remember
it.
when that was an
Everybody
issue?
wants you to think that the environment is going, going
Crazy.
haywire. It turns out, hey,
We're doing pretty good.
Maybe it's not
We're
so much.
fixing it.
But no one's going to tell you that because it goes against the narrative. But there are good things out there. There are good things happening all the time, but they're not going to tell you.
I've had this, me and Fry on the same page, but there was a point where maybe the news is not that bad. Then PewDiePie started doing his meme segment where he started doing the news, and some corporations actually felt pressed, and so they were like, "Hold on here."
They call them like an SJW or some shit.
Yeah, no,
got
they fool.
pretty pressed.
That was the one.
they
That was
mad
the
at
time. So that was in freshman year, I think,
Yeah.
freshman or sophomore
After-
year.
What a fucking. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
Really?
He had his
You know what I'm
moment. He
talking
had
about.
his gamer moment on the bridge. It's
On the
infamous.
bridge, on
Infamous.
PUBG,
And
allegedly.
those guys ran with it.
Dude, they called him like a Nazi terrorist. Bro.
Everything in the book they could say, and that's when I realized, y'all motherfuckers are full of shit. I was just like, dude, what the fuck? That was, I won't even lie. Sophomore year is when I realized that's when I personally felt I went from a kid to like, oh, this is how this shit works. Y'all are assholes. That's how I genuinely felt. And I was like, damn, seeing the news do that, I'm like, how can I trust the other things?
Right. And recently the news has gone from this is what happens to this is what happens and here's what you should think about it. They focus a lot of time on
Manipulating the audience.
The experts coming in and telling you why this is bad or why this is good.
NASA expert versus random guy that owns a website. Go. Debate. You're the one that decides who wins. Those guys, hey, I won't lie. I hate the news, but the motherfuckers got it down.
And when you watch the news, it makes you think that because, all these stories are focused on, for example, a school shooting, right?
Yeah.
You think, everybody is crazy and they're going to go out and shoot your kids at school. Nobody, hardly anybody, maybe, less than 1% even has that idea that might be a good thing to do. I think that when you watch the news, your perception of your fellow man, of humanity, goes way down. Oh, yeah. You think people are evil and they're out for themselves. I don't think that's true at all. I think a vast majority of people are good people. Yeah. And it is the select few that really destroy other people's perceptions on, like I said, your fellow person.
I think there's a moral argument too, or not even a moral argument. It was like a philosophical argument I read a while back, but I forgot what it was. But it's like, fuck, I couldn't remember. I'd have to look it up again. But it's kind of like the mind one where it's like, am I real because I think? Like, it's like the whole NPC argument. Like, are you two real? Because I don't know if you guys are real. Like, how do you think? See that kind of like that weird perspective thing. So it's like, it was kind of modified. I saw it one time on a YouTube video where it's like, those people are weird. Like, are they real?
The simulation believers?
A little bit, but even it was Surf the. Do you know what I'm talking about? Surf the Calihuga. You know that term?
Kind of.
Yeah. It was kind of that. It was kind of one of those videos, but it was kind of more like, yeah, those people were kind of weird. Can I end it off on NFTs? I wanted to talk about this last week, but we couldn't.
Sure.
So I guess
Sorry about Tom and Jerry.
No. It connects back to the Pokemon thing. So with
this does get back to the Pokemon thing.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's NFT fucking art, and it comes back to Pokemon.
Okay, I didn't even know about this.
Well, I know about NFTs a little bit because I have a friend named Trevor.
That's right. He owns one. He's in your Discord.
It's in our Discord, and you see his ape.
It's not even a cool looking ape. It's actually kind of weird.
He has two of them.
He has two of them?
Yeah. He said he paid $2,500 for that. Continue.
Why? That's
I have no idea, dude.
Okay, so I guess we can bring it back to the mind comp.
The Andrew owns an NFT.
Fucking goddamn it!
Okay, he got it for free though. So.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm still gonna yell at him. So, bring it back to the Meowth Hitler thing. And how funny that is. So recently, not even recently. This has actually been going on for a while now. I'm not going to explain the full thing because there's a really good video on it, and I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, damn, I kind of want to make an essay video like this. It's really good. So the premise is, and maybe even Frey even knows a little bit about this, just because of your 4chan knowledge, is that nobody ever looked. If we're talking about the monkeys though, in specific, it's the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
The Bored Apes.
Have you ever looked at the monkeys and been like, either two questions here: why is it a monkey, and two, why does it kind of look odd? Or even a little bit fishy. You ever think about that or no?
The art style?
A little bit of the art style.
I just look at it and I wonder how something so poorly drawn has become worth so much money.
That's coming from the point of view from an artist, though?
A little bit. The original sketches weren't that bad
because you are an artist, Caleb. I will give you that because you do sketches and stuff like that, and I see you do your stuff. Of course, you're gonna say, "Man, these guys are selling fucking like Banksy's is selling $1 million fucking." Piece of art. It's a can of tomato soup. Yeah, Campbell's tomato soup without the Campbell logo on it.
So apparently,
why did that sell for $1 million?
So apparently, everybody at first,
exactly.
So everybody at first started being like, okay, that's really weird. Why is it a? I would even dare to argue a racist caricature of a monkey. And there's a bit of seminization. So that term is to be defined as, so this is World War II. We're bringing it all circle today. Is that during World War I, the Germans were turned into either trolls or chimpanzees in American propaganda. It's all
shit. Okay.
Do you know some of them or some of those?
I've seen the propaganda pictures and the fucking.
So it's like to beat the Reich or to beat the apes or whatever. I forgot. There's a World War I slur for Germans. I can't remember what it was, but it was in some of those propaganda posters.
Kraut?
I think it might be Kraut. It might be. But basically,
that's in Call of Duty. So that's why I'm bringing it up.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry works too. Is there was those slurs for those for that wartime, and it's kind of weird. People started noticing hey, there's the German hats, the crowns, the points, and some of it's weird. There's a lot of monkeys with some things on them and whatever, and there's a Japanese headband where it's that's like a sushi headband where a sushi master will cook, but in the kanji it reads kamikaze. It's just that's another weird one. So people started noticing these things, and the black community got involved, and people started like, hey, this is kind of weird. Why are we buying these? And so somebody a guy that works with Drake. He's a graphics designer.
That made the
Not the NFTs.
Nevermind stuff or the cover for COB.
I think it was COB or somebody. Somebody who's worked with Drake is like, hey, everything in graphic design is made for a reason. I even would argue, even with when it comes to Photoshop, everything with digital media, everything has a purpose. And so people started looking into it. And at one point, people started realizing the creators of the NFTs of these ones are all
the Bored Apes.
The Bored Apes are all 4chan users. And all of the NFTs of the Bored Ape Yacht Club is one giant 4chan troll of racism.
No shit, and it's the most it's the most popular NFT out there.
All three of them have callbacks to hardcore fascist ideas.
And that's the point back to like the like people being oblivious to the fact that like that's what that shit means.
You mean people are totally oblivious?
Totally oblivious, yes, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit all the wrong buttons. All the wrong buttons.
Yeah. So
I missed
funny joke aside though, but it's like, so I say this, and I only brought up maybe like half an argument that you'd have to watch the video.
Have you seen the Discord NFT bombing and risings?
I've seen those.
You have Discord servers of people trying to buy NFTs to raise the value to sell them to people.
They're basically doing stock. They're trying
to increase their stock, you know, and it turns into a giant fucking pyramid at that point.
It's a pyramid scheme. The Discord users finally realized the big strategies of the big guys in suits, and they started doing that too. But not to derail, but like so. Oh fuck! There's a lot. There's like over an hour like of this. There are so many hints and nods to fascist and Nazi ideas with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and it just screams 4chan. All three of them are like there's like links, and there might even be five.
It'd be ironic that's like 4chan would create something like that, a non-fungible
apparently.
cryptocurrency.
So I have to make a restatement to Caleb. Remember when I did the OK hand symbol, and remember it was a Nazi thing? Yeah, that was 4chan. That wasn't actually a thing until it got swapped into actually being a thing. 4chan is notorious for doing these ideas, and the fact that the NFTs got fucking crazy thanks to I think a Rolling Stones producer. I can't remember his name. He got involved with it and it blew the fuck up. It's kind of insane. And apparently they have NDAs with celebrities. You remember when Jimmy Kimmel all of a sudden had an NFT?
And Jimmy Fallon too. Yeah. All of those guys had NFTs
because they were bought out. If you see a celebrity with NFT, they were bought out, dead ass.
By nobody knows.
They can't say, but I think there's a few. I think it's it depends on the NFT group, but like Bored Ape Yacht Club has one. I think even a few of them, all of them do.
So it's just a scheme.
It's a scheme, but when it comes to that, the poster boy NFT, it's one giant troll. There's so much evidence. Their logo is straight up they have a skull and crossbones and the double SS's, and it's a reference. They have a logo that calls back to it. It's so fucking obvious. If you deny it, I look at you like, dude, it has like the. So
of course they're gonna deny it because they're making a shit ton of money.
No, not them. The people defending it.
Okay.
So it's all like with that. I forgot the logo. I even forgot the name, but I can describe the logo. Is with that symbol of the Nazis. It's a rough circle, skull and crossbones, 18 numbers. Nazis really love their numerical symbolism because I think 1888. Maybe what was it? 4 something. There's a combination of numbers that equals Hitler's name, and there's a lot. There's so much damn here. But basically, going back to the logo, there's skull and crossbones. There's the guy in the middle, double SS logos, and then it has the name of the group on top and bottom. The NFT emblem and stuff and logo for them is a monkey, 18 teeth, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they have their numbers on the side, mimicking the double SS's. And it's all like. Bro, that can't. There's no way that's blatantly obvious.
That can't be a coincidence.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of numbers. There's so many numbers that call back to it or whatever, and it's all like, dude, these guys have pulled off the most giga troll ever, and I'm like, fuck it, props to you, you did it. And they're going unregulated and shit. I thought I'd bring it up. Also to I guess not even to end the podcast like this. Maybe on a happier note is that 4chan is ending. September 28th or August 28th, and the fact that the internet trolls don't have a sanctuary to go to, the internet is going to look a lot different. I'd even speculate.
When is that?
It's August or September. I'd have to look it back up. Andrew, Andrew could look it up since he's on his phone. But 4chan is closing down its doors. So there's going to be a lot of refugees. So if I'm going to call back to something similar,
Where does QAnon go?
exactly. Bringing reference back to the Frey's original debut on the podcast, but it's all like, it's really interesting that when Tumblr went down, Twitter became a different place, even though it was pretty wild before. But now a whole bunch of 4chaners are just seemingly have nowhere to go. YouTube and all these major sites are probably going to look a lot different.
Now they're a bunch of refugees.
Have you ever seen like on YouTube Kids? Like, you ever seen the comment section on YouTube Kids?
Bro, it's bad.
You can look at the comment section.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was such a thing on YouTube
Well,
Kids.
they turned it off.
Yeah.
Recently.
But back in the day, it used to be like really, really cryptic kind of like shit you would see. It would be like GPS locations, just like political messages or
Dude, they were...
coordinates to some shit. Like, it was...
They had their system down. If people turn a blind eye to certain parts of the internet, even now, it gets a little bit weird, creepy even. But,
Wow, the things that they're throwing into the eyes of our children nowadays. Back in my day, all us children did was sit in front of a TV and watch a cat and mouse beat the crap out of each other, and then we reenacted that on each other.
I even think, I'm gonna be honest, if I know my history correctly, I even think Tom and Jerry has some pretty sus moments.
All of those old cartoons have some sort of political propaganda inside of them. Disney
when
had
Bugs
the
Bunny
worst.
was shooting Native Americans.
And then there was like only a half little Indian.
Disney cartoons literally had the worst ones.
That's the wrong term.
They
to
hated
Albuquerque.
Jews,
Well,
dude.
they
Holy
were
shit, that's wild.
They were paid during World War II to make specific cartoons about propaganda against the Nazis, which is why there's the iconic Donald image reading Mein Kampf because he had a nightmare that he was a Nazi.
It was... like I said, post World War II era, it's still developing. It's wild.
Still be crazy.
It's still be wild. You know Pepe's weird. Can I explain the origin of Pepe? Yeah. So apparently 4chan. So in Egyptian mythology, we'll start off here. There's the no. It's deep. It gets deep here.
Pepe the Frog goes back to Egyptian mythology.
In Egyptian mythology, the god of darkness and chaos is Kek. It's a frog man. And then 4chan at one time, Pepe was just like, oh, this little frog guy. But 4chan eventually spinned it and was like, yeah, this is our mascot. And this god of chaos, it works. And they started fusing him with their whole ideology. It's kind of weird. I find it. They see Pepe in Twitch chat, and I'm like,
Dude, that's why I love Assassin's Creed, because it's like
it's all that shit's in there too.
All that shit's in there.
It's like it's all funny and memeism.
It's like the cult of Cosmos. It's like
memeology should be a thing, because look at that. That was a pretty big example of that. 4chan spinning an idea and turning it into something.
Because memes come, like, weird memes come from, like...
weirder places. You get the deep here.
Wow.
I know. That was a really interesting segment.
Very chaotic, just like the pacing of this entire podcast, every single episode, which I think we need to start winding down on because...
we had a totally... Is that the first time we've ever made a totally oblivious...
No, we've done it so many times.
We have?
It's pretty much every other episode we make that joke.
Like,
I don't remember that.
But
these people are totally oblivious.
Alex is totally oblivious to the fact that we make that joke every other episode.
You made that joke twice now in this episode.
We make it like 6 more times, bro.
Dude,
it's weird.
That's why I called the podcast Totally Oblivious, because I didn't want to call it Full Circle.
There we go.
That was an idea we had?
Yes, it was an idea.
I don't remember hearing that idea.
Oh,
but anyways, thank you everybody for watching. My favorite cartoons are SpongeBob season 1 through 3.
We didn't even mention SpongeBob.
We didn't.
I did.
We can talk about cartoons again another episode. It's such a broad topic. I like Tom and Jerry, and I like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely make sure to comment. I always want to see your feedback. If you're not commenting, just comment
banana.
Comment banana in the comments section.
And then I'll debate you if that's a good fruit.
There you go.
Wait, is a banana a fruit?
Yeah, but what do you think it is? A fucking
I don't know.
vegetable?
Everybody brings up the tomato argument, whether it's a tomato or a fruit or a vegetable.
Tomato's not as cut and dry, but a banana.
I'm just curious. I'm just saying. Sometimes they might bring it up. I forget my.
You killed Caleb. Look at him.
Let's go! I get all his money. It's in the will.
Andrew, do you have anything more to say?
Name off your favorite cartoons. That's how we're gonna do this segment now.
Oh, okay. For me, it's got to be South Park and number one. That's just recently because I was getting into it, and I don't remember really any other cartoons as a kid. I mean, the morning lineup on Cartoon Network, you wake up on the summer mornings usually, and then you get the full slate of Bakugan, Beyblade, Pokemon.
Fuck!
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
The whole night. I mean, you can stay on Cartoon Network for
All
the
day.
entire morning.
All day, yeah.
But I never really watched too many different cartoons. I was into Gravity Falls for the first couple of seasons, and not anymore. Cartoons now are more geared toward kids, right? I mean, and then you got the adult cartoons, right? But there's really
We need more adult media.
like the Invincible cartoons.
I think we just
Anime.
need more general media.
Yeah.
Media that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah. I think when it comes to me, top 3, not in order, by the way. SpongeBob, regular show. I didn't probably even say maybe.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty.
No, Rick and Morty's.
Gravity Falls.
I like Gravity Falls, but I wouldn't even say that. I might have, in terms of maybe even putting like a superhero take on there, I'd probably put Batman.
Oh yeah.
Batman, the
Batman,
animated
the
series.
animated
No,
series. Yeah, that was
actually,
good.
take it back. Samurai Jack than Batman because I like I can't pronounce his name. Trubisky or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Samurai Jack's creator.
We know.
I'd probably put that up there just because I just like the whole samurai aesthetic and art style, even when it comes to those later seasons. So that'd be my top 3, generally overall speaking.
Yeah, for me it'd be Gravity Falls, Rick and Morty, and then regular show.
Really, Rick and Morty.
All,
Dude,
all
I
good
fucking-
takes.
I love
I'd
Rick
have
and
to
Morty. The
say.
reason I love Rick
Yeah.
and Morty is because you can either tune out to it and you not give a shit, pay attention, and you could be like, oh, this show's fucking gas. Or you can get really into it. You could think about the lore. You could think about what they're talking about, and it's like, dude, this show's also gas. And
You know
from
what's
a writing
weird? You
standpoint,
just said
it's insane.
that, and I just had the sudden realization: is Rick and Morty just 4chan in like in
Pretty
a
fucking
weird way?
much.
It's like you
Pretty
can just
much.
be brain numb to it.
Dude,
and
their
just
Reddit
look out.
subpage is pretty much fucking 4chan itself.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess that was. I always like bringing into the dark mystery parts of the internet. That was always fun.
Anyways,
You can find some wild stuff there. Caleb, I did want to ask you though.
Okay.
We were talking about Stranger Things before we started recording. Did you guys see that?
Absolutely.
I heard
Alex
of you guys.
has not finished.
I
haven't-
Alex
do
won't
not care.
finish, so
Dude, an hour long. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'll binge anime.
you watch episodes of One. Fuck you.
I stopped watching One Piece. I couldn't bear it anymore. I'm like, dude, holy shit, there's too much here. But it's all like, I read the manga before. I was able to speed faster through the manga than I was the anime. But bro, Stranger Things is too long. For 1 hour long episodes for me, I just can't. My attention span's not that good.
But yet he finished part 5 of JoJo, which I think is the worst part.
Well, that was
Well,
weekly.
Alex has to do that for.
Yeah, I have to do that for a job.
That's
so
his job.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess.
And I have to
guess.
read. I read it more than I watch it. So
Fair.
I'm more of a reader than
Fair.
a watcher.
anyways, Fred, what are you getting back with
Yeah,
Stranger
what's-
So
Things?
Stranger Things, spoiler alert. You watched the end of season 4.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think my theory? I'll just tell you my theory, and
Okay.
I'll let you maybe get your own theory because it's a little bit of a cliffhanger. I saw an interview with the Duffer Brothers, the creator, who said we wanted the good guys to lose this season, and if you think about it, they kind of did lose in a way, but still, I don't think there's no doubt in my mind that Max is going to wake up from that coma. There is
Oh, yeah.
zero
Oh, yeah.
doubt in my mind. If Hopper can survive a machine explosion, where he's supposed to get vaporized, and he survived that, and then
Survive vaporization.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And
Holy
then,
shit, that's a
And then
power
the
skeleton
Russians,
feat.
the
then,
Russians found him before the
I
Americans.
can't remember is the white-haired doctor. They call him Papa.
Dr.
Oh, yeah,
Brenner.
Papa.
Dr. Brenner, is that
Something
what
like
his name
that.
was? If he survived getting eaten by a Demogorgon,
I forgot that.
Dude, that happened in the
yeah,
first
right.
season?
That's right. He
And it's like,
survived
whoa, wait a
that,
minute.
and then he brought him back. They brought him back this season. He's actually Foley from Dark Knight Rises, same actor, anyway.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. And so a lot of characters have survived seemingly death and have come back. I don't think there's any way they're going to write her character out of the show. First of all, because she has still ties with Lucas, and that arc needs to be finished. But second of all, she might come back blind or deaf. Probably
Or
not
both.
both. Probably not both. 'Cause it's really tough to write a character who's blind and deaf. Plus, they wouldn't be using, the acting talent of, I can't remember her name. Sadie Sink.
Yeah.
Is that who?
Whose career seems to be going
Dude,
All
I
of
think
them.
Pretty well.
All
I mean,
of
it's a
them.
good starting
All
gig.
of them
She's
are
good.
going
Yeah,
well.
that's right.
She's starring in a new movie with Brendan Fraser coming
Oh,
pretty
nice.
soon.
What is that
Okay,
one?
good. Yeah, good for her.
I can't remember. I think it's called The Whale.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're all
she
really
needs-
good.
She needs to be in a forbidden.
That one I saw on Twitter with what's his face from George in the Jungle or whatever.
Brendan Fraser.
No, what's the big guy? The whale, the guy who's acting in that one. The guy from the George in the Jungle. That guy's the same actor, the Tarzan, whatever the fuck his name was.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's in the movie.
So they're talking. They just said it like 5 fucking times, Alex.
I don't get names sometimes. Is his name Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, Brendan Fraser.
See,
He's
that's
in,
the thing about me. Have you ever with movies? I just don't. I don't associate.
Well, yeah, because characters are more iconic than fucking actors.
I wonder how they feel about that sometimes.
That's true. No, I mean, it's a part of the job. You know, you
People
play
don't
characters that are
Christian
more iconic.
Bale? No, that's Bruce Wayne. I remember for a short time I referred to him as Bruce Wayne or Batman. I couldn't name Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's pretty good. Anyway, I want to type out my theory.
Okay.
I don't think there's any way that she doesn't wake up. She will come back, and I think she's going to have superpowers next season.
Yes.
I have to agree.
100%
I
down the
think-
line?
Yeah, I
Stranger
think I'll,
Things is just
I think
X-Men.
I'll add on to this. I think
Sure.
her, because it's already kind of confirmed that Will has a connection to Vecna.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a stronger connection in season 5. Her, Will, 11, and Max are all gonna.
Hi, audience.
They're all gonna have
I'm totally
connection
oblivious to what they're
that's
talking
gonna
about. I really don't like
together
Stranger
and,
Things.
like,
Okay.
I don't really know
be
why
able to
people
defeat
like it, honestly.
Vecna. Alex, shut up.
I'm talking to Andrew in the audience currently right now.
I
Yeah,
agree
you
with
agree?
you there. But the thing that I don't understand is how does Vecna survive? He's a person,
Yeah.
right? But apparently he's got some, upside down armor or something. He survived Molotov cocktails and 4 or 5 shotgun blasts to the chest and a fall out of a second story window. And apparently he's fine. That's the
true.
part that doesn't make sense to me. If you want to let him survive, then maybe show him, maybe have the Molotov cocktails. Maybe 1 shotgun blast would be believable. But,
Yeah.
I mean, for any other character in that show, that would be complete overkill.
Is-
and I don't know how he survived that. I thought that
is
was...
Fry power scaling right now.
And, I don't think that
Tad bit.
the show
Tad
isn't
bit.
supposed to be, realistic, right? It's talking about other
Yeah, yeah.
dimensions and
There's a
things.
bald chick
But
with
still, there has
psychic
got to
powers.
be some point of realism between life and death, right? Because Eddie
Yeah.
died from getting eaten by bats.
Kenny Valley is what
Right.
you're at.
And still, you're supposed to believe that this guy's just a regular dude who's just been in the upside down for a little while, and he can survive that. I don't think so. So I didn't enjoy that too much, but I still think that she'll wake up probably in episode 2. I'm thinking of season 5, which is supposed to be the last season.
Yeah, yeah.
And if anybody's going to die in that season, I'll give my early predictions now. I think that Will's going to go.
Probably.
I think that either Steve or Will's brother,
My boy Steve Harrington.
probably going to be Steve, is going to go. And I think that the Russian guy is going to go.
Probably.
I don't remember his name, but it's just the Russian guy. And
I think they're totally gonna ride him out. He's gonna live in Missouri.
Missouri.
I guess
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what-
possible
I think
too.
that's where. Was it Missouri? Is that what they're talking about? I think someone was telling him, Missouri, great for you. Go there, have happy family. It was kind of like that. I think that's what happened.
That might be cool, I guess. But I think those are the big three.
Yeah,
I think that's who's going to go. What do you think?
I think that's about right. That's about on par with what I'd believe.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope it doesn't get too, copy paste, cut and dry.
Yeah.
I mean, season 4 is great, so I hope they
Oh,
keep
yeah.
it like that.
If
They
they
only-
fucking fumble the bag in season 5.
They
I'm
only
gonna
keep on
laugh.
getting better, man. It only keeps on getting better. We have an end coming up with this show.
There's
and
there's
definitely going to be some spin-offs because
Yes.
Netflix
Oh, yeah,
is
big
a fucking
time.
shambles.
Yeah, that's true.
Do they have the money to afford those spinoffs?
They paid a shit ton of money for Stranger Things.
Yeah, but that really hasn't worked out. How has it for them? Huh.
No, but Stranger Things brought a lot of people back into the Netflix
No, it's
realm.
the only thing
The only
that have
thing
they have
that-
right now.
Yeah, it's the only thing they have right now.
We have a lot of movies to look forward to and
Very
TV
true.
shows. We got Stranger Things coming up. I don't know if you guys watch Peaky Blinders, but that's coming up. The movie is next year, the year after. There's a new Mission Impossible coming out. I just went
last
through all
two,
those.
too.
Those are great movies.
The
Those
last
are
two,
really
part
fun.
1 and part 2.
Those are really fun, and that's coming up next year.
John Wick 4.
You got the John Wick 4. You've got the Game of Thrones spinoff coming out in just next
I gotta
month.
watch Kill Bill
Actually,
for that video.
man, just a lot to look forward to.
Oh yeah,
entertainment
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure I missed some things too. You always got
there's
the Marvel
definitely-
stuff,
oh,
but
yeah.
at this point,
Oh, Black
Marvel is
Panther.
just kind of,
It's
They're
just
on a
gone.
plateau.
puttering along.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
They're on a plateau right now. They haven't really done anything. Since you said Marvel Black Panther, have you guys seen the trailer for the second one?
I haven't seen the trailer yet. No.
Okay,
I did watch
Anyways,
the
they're
trailer.
gonna,
Namor's Mexican.
they have to write off Chadwick Boseman, unfortunately, because of his passing. How do you think that's gonna happen? Because they Tony Starked him and they put him in a mural in a trailer.
Well, it's interesting because you got a couple of characters in the first movie you could take over.
It's Shuri.
You got
Shuri's taking over.
the sister. That's the
Yeah.
sister,
Yeah,
right?
Lego leaked it.
Yeah, Lego fucking
Lego.
dude.
Lego.
Lego.
That's funny.
Freaking Lego.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think
She doesn't have her helmet though in the promotional material, so it's
Doesn't
just
matter.
weird.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know, but they leaked it.
what I would like them to do, and this might just be me, and this kind of goes back to Top Gun. They had a female pilot who had a prominent role in the new Top Gun movie,
Yeah,
but they
she's
didn't make
great.
her.
Phoenix.
They didn't make her overly political one side or the other. They didn't make her a feminist or just a.
I think the mom's gonna have that role on the trailer.
Yeah, so from the trailer, they were making the mom have she says it. I lost both my husband and my son. And
She was giving a pretty good performance in that trailer.
Dude, she was giving
that
a
is
fucking
true.
nasty performance in that shit. It was fucking
I
awesome.
won't lie though, the movie might blow in some areas, but I think in the acting department, so far, it looks
I think
pretty good.
it's gonna reshape Phase 5 for sure because you're gonna get characters that you're familiar with from Phase 3.
Phase 4 was the test. I'm gonna
Phase
be
4
honest.
was just such a
That was like the PTSD.
it was the
after
it was the
Thanos
glue.
moment.
It was the glue to bridge
Yeah.
shit. You know.
That's what it's really weird people get mad at Phase 4, but that was like what Phase 1 was. Because I'm gonna be honest, Iron Man before the Avengers movies was a C tier hero. No one knew who the fuck Iron Man was. Nobody knew who the Avengers were. That wasn't a thing. Unless you were a comic nerd and kept up with both DC and Marvel, you knew. But on the grander stage of it all, nobody knew who fucking Iron Man, who knew Black Widow or Hawkeye. Like those weren't
you
big
knew
names.
Hulk, Superman, and Batman.
Thor was up
And
there.
Thor.
Thor had at least a half decent
Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man. Spider-Man was an A
And,
tier, obviously.
but that wasn't until Phase 3 or whatever, or Phase 4 or
You didn't know. You just didn't. You didn't see that, but everybody wanted it.
yeah, basically. Like no, all those characters were useless. Like Marvel becoming what grand they are. That shit was all in a gamble. Do you know originally, if it wasn't for their racist producer, like I'm gonna say how it is, Black Panther, I think Wasp and Ant-Man,
Yeah, they were supposed to be the first ones.
Were all supposed to be the first ones. The Avengers weren't even thought of. So the list that we got is basically what Phase 4 is. Phase 4 is Phase 5, right? Or which one are we in for?
We're going into
We're
5.
going
So
into
4 was basically just a kind of almost in a way a symbolic rephrasing of 1. Basically, they're setting up for more shit. Nobody ever realized that because the
they're
basic
calling it the Kang Dynasty now.
yeah the basic fans don't know what a half decent setup to a plot is. So I knew that automatically because Shang-Chi's basically. In almost in a way, I see Shang-Chi as almost the next Iron Man in a really freaky way.
I think you can tell a lot of people just got into Marvel after Infinity War.
Yeah, they're all
So
weird.
they expect every movie to be Infinity War levels of
Unless you're
insane.
Cosmonaut Historian or whatever you listen to.
Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Yeah. Fucking weirdo, dude.
yeah. I think people are just dumb.
Yeah.
It's like we said in the
I
last
ex-
episode.
I expect
Sometimes
the
people
new-
shouldn't share their opinions.
I expect the new Phase 5 to be pretty okay.
Oh yeah.
I have hope. But Kang being the next big guy, that was a shocker to me.
I was gonna bring that up, but then I forgot.
I don't think Kang has like that level of like holy shit.
He kinda
purple
does,
guy.
depending
'Cause,
on who's writing him.
Thanos is like such a big figure. Like okay, that guy power. Like that guy.
He shows up every once
That
in a
guy's
while.
a power guy, you know. But like Kang, he's just another human.
Well,
That's what he
right-
looks like. That's
right
what he looks
now.
like to the eye. To the eye, that's what he looks like. Just like another person.
Yeah.
But obviously, the guy has fucking intelligence out the fucking ass.
It depends
He's
on
smart
who's
as
writing
shit.
him. So usually
So-
he's some random jobber, or like he can actually be like, "Oh fuck, Kang's here. We gotta. What's wrong with the timeline?" Kind of idea.
We'll have to see a few
few years.
years.
For me, Marvel is kind of turning into like Star Trek.
That's a take right there. Explain.
Because like Star Trek is like complete garbaggio, especially with their timeline jumping and their 17 billion fucking shows and movies. This is kind of what Marvel's turning into. But
That's a take right there.
Marvel's doing it right, unlike Star Trek. So
Okay.
Can't knock the original Star Trek movie.
yeah, you can't knock those, but the new ones. Ugh.
No.
Or with Jean-Luc Picard. He was good. Except for maybe the new show. I heard that wasn't so good. I didn't watch it. But
My parents
and the
went to it.
movies with Chris Pine, those were good.
Those are good. Kobayashi Maru is probably like one of the greatest fucking story elements I've ever seen.
There's never like 40% of Star Trek that's
Pretty
actually
fucking
good.
much. Pretty much.
I just know Simon Pegg's in it.
And he was good. He's Mission Impossible too. I mean, he's really good.
He is.
I have hope for
Benji,
Marvel.
you've seen that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, those are really good movies. Tom Cruise might be the last movie star out there.
He's-
I think I said this last time I was here.
Like, what do you mean by movie story?
star? Like Jackie Chan,
True
movie star.
movie star. Like you go to the movie to see Tom
See-
Cruise.
You go to see a Tom Cruise movie.
Right, you're seeing a Tom Cruise movie, right?
Yeah.
When you go to a Marvel movie, you're going to see Thor. You're going to see,
I
you know,
think-
how it ties into everything. You're not going to see Chris Hemsworth. You're going to see
Yeah, if
everything.
you're not a
When
lady.
you're going to Mission Impossible, you're going to see Top Gun Maverick, or you're going to like a Jack Ryan movie.
I won't
or
lie.
anything. You are going to see Tom Cruise.
Tom Holland might do it though.
Nope.
I think
doesn't
he
do his
could,
own
though.
stunts, and he's not that
I
kind
don't,
of actor.
I don't give a fuck if he does his own stunts. It's such a stupid like gimmick.
He
Like,
also-
I do my own stunts.
But he
Who
also
cares?
does. The thing with
pet-
Tom Holland is
cut-
he doesn't have like the writers or even the years yet to like even.
Yeah, I was
say,
about to say he has potential. That's the only one.
This is my movie. Like Uncharted needs to do this or whatever fucking Cherry. That Cherry movie he did a while back needs to do this. With Tom Cruise, what I've got from him was from the very beginning. It needs to be this.
He's still a kid. We'll see what happens.
You know what movie Tom Holland is absolutely great in? Devil All the Time.
Oh, I
Yeah, I've
heard
heard
about
about
that.
that one.
People really
Have you
like
seen that one?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my gosh. It's one of those movies that you watch once and you don't want to watch again, not because it's bad,
You don't want to
but because not that you don't want to ruin it. It's the things that happen in that movie, like it's just like so deplorable that you're like, ugh, I feel icky after watching this. But man, does Tom Holland do that's a good
He
role.
has potential.
He
I would,
has
I
in
would,
that
I would. That would be my one debating point.
He
But
has potential to be a movie star, but at this point in his career, you know, his biggest role has probably, arguably, been Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
that's going to
But
be.
you're going to see
yeah.
a Spider-Man movie, and Tom Holland is in it. You're not going to see a Tom Holland movie, right?
Yeah.
Because even Uncharted, you're not gonna go.
I'm gonna
to
be honest. Who the fuck was gonna watch Uncharted anyway?
Exactly.
I saw Uncharted. It was mid.
It was mid. It was
mid.
kind of ass.
It was
But I'm gonna be honest. I kind of now thinking about it. The whole like Tom Cruise thing. I was like, you know, that crazy people are just like that weird like subsect, like Kanye West, crazy. Oh, everybody loves him. Tom Cruise, Scientology, and all his
Oh yeah,
other stuff.
Tom Cruise is completely crazy. Although I did see the other day he did an interview in 2005 or something that everybody called him crazy for, and I don't remember what it was about. But now it's coming out that he was actually right, and everybody back in 2005 called him completely batshit crazy.
What did he say? What was the context?
I think it was something about depression, but I can't quite.
I think
remember.
all stars at one point have a really good idea on that because that's what they deal with. Because oh my god, I forgot.
Most of the time they play characters that are fucking
Depressed.
like PTSD, depressed,
Yeah.
or fucking drug addicts, and like a lot of them do method acting.
Who was Nirvana's lead? What's
Kurt
his-
Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. I forgot. My bad. I'm watching it. I forgot that. But Kurt had a really good. A couple of his songs and some interviews. He's had some takes. Usually people with depression who at least come out of it, not in that case, but you know, have like a pretty like, hey, try to at least find a better day.
Right. And the thing about Tom Cruise is, yeah, he's nuts. He's nutso. And you know, people, just ordinary people who have met him, been around him,
They all have his take.
they all say that he's a, you know, whiny bitch or whatever, and not that fun to work with or be around. But damn, does he make good ass movies, doesn't he? I mean, he is
Very
just
true.
fun to watch.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna out myself. I don't think I've watched a Mission Impossible movie all the way through.
I got nothing on that.
I don't have
That's
anything
just-
negative to say or positive.
That's just ridiculous.
I'm just neutral.
It's Mission
It's
Impossible.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather watch a James Bond movie.
Yeah, some of the James Bond movies are good. Like No Time to Die. That was
No,
a
it's
good
good.
movie.
Watched
Oh,
that.
I
I
haven't seen that
really
one.
enjoyed that
But
one.
I got spoiled.
I'd
I
actually
don't
even
wanna
I'd
spoil
even
it for you.
arguably say I'd rather watch a John Wick movie over Mission Impossible and James Bond. That's controversial
I
to
feel
say.
like John Wick needs more theatrics.
I think it's fun as it is right
It's
now.
fine as it is, but like John Wick 5, because I know 4 is not going to do it. John Wick 5 needs more theatrics.
No, I think it should end after 4. Don't stop.
No,
4.
I think they greenlit the 5th movie.
They've already did. God damn it.
Yeah, they already greenlit the 5th movie. After the 3rd one, they were like, okay, we're going to do 4 and 5.
I like 2. I like 2 better than 1.
Do you like Fast and Furious, Andrew?
Yeah, I saw the first two, and I was kind of like,
Okay.
they're fine.
If you see the first 2, I'll let you be acceptable. Okay, because once you get to like, I've seen all 10 of them and I fucking hate it. It's like, okay, I
You've
get
watched. Why have you watched all 10 of them?
I've watched all 10 of them. I've watched the first 3 too many.
What is
times.
it? Fast X now? Or what was the title of that one?
Fast 10. F10.
F10. Oh, they're going to space and shit. What are they doing? You know, they're running out of things.
Bro,
We're gonna drive cars in space. Well, that's not fucking possible. So
Elon Musk is shooting them.
It was
into
a
space
fucking
and
Pontiac,
they're
too.
Yeah,
they're
that's
racing.
What is Pontiac
what is
fucking jet
what is the
engine.
tweet? The Fast and the Furious crew should fight Thanos. I think they'd win too.
With family.
Oh, lie! Some of those cars are doing some crazy ass feats. They'd probably do a number on Thanos. So
Depends on who the
Spanish
writer
music and
is.
family could fucking kill Thanos.
probably, I think Vin Diesel would be able to tank the radiation. Honestly, he'd be like, he'd die.
Family.
He'd die. Be like, there'd be like a flashback to John Cena, his brother. Family.
He'd have all the Jedi in you type of moment.
Yeah,
A Daisy Ridley.
And like it flashback to the first few movies, all the inspirational shit. He fucking picks up fucking Mjolnir and fucking bonks Thanos. I could see that happening.
He aimed for the head.
He did. I think Vin Diesel would have in the first place.
Anyways,
I think we should end it.
We've
Full meme.
gone a full half hour past the point that I thought we were gonna end it.
Well, we just had to keep on going.
Any final comments? This is your last chance.
Other than that, we discussed Stranger Things and baseball and cartoons and all that.
4chan and NFTs.
Yes.
Can't forget about 4chan in there. Yeah.
Discussed a wide range of topics for the listeners today.
Yes, listeners, if you felt whiplash on this episode, I bet you feel the same as
should call
Fry
that.
over here.
Whiplash.
Oh, that's not bad.
Whiplash the episode.
Whiplash.
That's pretty.
Anyways,
good. It was a good movie too, by the way.
I haven't seen it.
Miles Teller. J.K. Simmons.
Anyways,
Rather would read a book. Anyway, good night.
remember, comment, tell me what you think, and have a good one,
Yeah,
guys.
tell him. You got to tell him your favorite vegetable and why it's a banana.
My favorite vegetable is broccoli.
Cool. Peace out.
Steamed